What's going on, you guys? Episode 4, Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. We got 4 weeks. We got 4 weeks before the big fight goes down. Hit that like button as you come on in. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hold up real quick. Hope everybody's doing good. Got a few things to talk about before we get started. Open up the panel, get the fans' perspective. I've been watching some fights. Been watching some of the old fights from some of the fighters, from Errol Spence to Terence Crawford, and yeah, boy, I tell you, stylistically, you guys see. I haven't went back and watched a full fight in a minute. And when I went back and watched the fights, when you watch these fights in their entirety, you see something. You see a lot of different things you don't see in the highlights. I don't know, man. I think Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, I don't really see nothing that he brings to the fight that Crawford ain't seen before. I don't think he brings anything to the fight that Terence Crawford hasn't seen. Hit that like button as you come on into the building. Salute to everybody. D. Luckett, salute. Anthony Johnson, Sly Tennessee, Cerebral, salute. Rice Eater, what's going on? Karate Body, what's good? Yeah, man. The fans' perspective, man. Go open up the panel. A few things happen. Canelo Alvarez, surprisingly to many, is now going to be facing Jamel Charlo and not Jamal. I'm thinking about doing a fans' perspective of that. It depends on how you guys feel about that fight. Depends on how many people got Canelo winning, how many people got Jamel winning. I got to see. But may do a fan's perspective on that as well, leading up to that fight. What else happened? Shakur Stevenson, and he's talking about this 25%. So the numbers come into play with Shakur Stevenson and Devin the Dream Haney. We all know Devin Haney ain't going back to 135. I don't think that fight is going to be happening at 135 pounds. But Shakur going to try to get it while he can get it. All the belts is right there. Why not try to get him while Devin got him? But Devin decides to move up, then the belts end up scattering like some Dragon Balls. So, yeah. What else happened in boxing? AB didn't look too good. I didn't do a video on it. I didn't want to post the clip again. I didn't really want to do it. It's just certain things you just don't even want to touch. It was really, really, really bad to see Adrian Broner like that. Y'all know I'm a fan of AB. But I'm also a realist, man. He looked real bad out here. It hurt my soul to see AB out here like that. That wasn't just like drunk. Like that was like, that was like some wine head shit. Like that's some shit, like some high level. I've been drinking like this for years type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just tweaking, bro. It was crazy. But hopefully AB gets it together, man. For real this time. I don't know what the fuck he's been doing, but hopefully he gets it together for real. Big Baby. Last night, Big Baby, man, he went through his first real test against the veteran Charles Martin. Charles Martin gave him some good work. I think a lot of people see what Big Baby is as of right now, or where he is as of right now. Big Baby needs some work, and rightfully so. He's only 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? I already knew Big Baby wasn't ready for the top guys just yet. You know what I'm saying? That time is going to be here, though. But he needed that. And that whatever happened in Charles Martin fight, whatever adversity he went through, he needed that. That builds character. You know what I'm saying? He needed to get hit in his fucking mouth and see what he's going to be doing afterwards. We need to see that. Oh, Bud is going to take away Spence's jab. What's going on, Cass G? B House Promotions, Dan Tan, salute. Damone Daniels, what's going on? Look, man, I'm going to get my thoughts real quick because some things went down. I'm going to get my thoughts before I open up the panel. The more I watch footage of these guys, man, the more and more footage I watch, the more and more confident in my pick at who's winning this fight on July 29th. I mean, look, man, stylistically, bro, Errol Spence don't bring nothing that Terence Crawford hasn't seen. He's fought a bigger guy before and beat the shit out of him. If you want to go back and watch British Prescott or fights like that, when Crawford first had his lucky break, You know, he took that fight on short notice. He moved up in weight. Dude was a much bigger guy. Crawford, beautiful boxing. Beautiful boxing. You know what I'm saying? Thoroughly outclassed the Colombian puncher. And as we know, Colombians are pretty raw, but they could punch. But Prescott was an Olympian, so he knew how to fucking box. He couldn't do nothing with Terence Crawford. And he even caught Crawford a couple of times, right? We know Bud likes to fight. And when you like to fight, you tend to get hit. Even the great Sugar Ray got hit sometimes, Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? You go get hit when you like to fight. But ate that shit. This is a bigger guy, bigger puncher. He ate that shit. This is the same dude that smoked Amir Khan, right? I mean, so that chin shit is a myth. I watching Terence Crawford's other fights. I went back and watched the Diaz fight. I mean, bro, I don't see what Spence can do. I really don't see what Spence can do. Unless Errol Spence is a totally different person, totally different fighter overnight, I don't see how he go win that fight. I just don't see it, bro. Salute to Rice Eater for the super chat. He says, what kills me about people favoring Spence is looking at the matches. Bud made a career destroying guys, trying to use bully or pressure. 100% okays them. Man, look, man, that shit ain't gonna work, Rice. I'm telling you, it's not gonna work, bro. Errol Spence is gonna have to do something different. He's gonna have to get dirty. Errol Spence is gonna have to get dirty against Terence Bud Crawford, bro. His approach is just too straightforward for Crawford. Go back and watch Crawford's old fights, like his big fights when he first, you know, the big moments, the Ricky Burns fight, the Prescott fight, like the Dongo fight. Yo, the opponents wasn't shit. It don't matter. Go back and watch what he did in those big moments, man. If Terence Crawford shows up and plans on just outboxing Errol Spence, he can literally do that, bro. Only way it'll be a war if he allows it to be a war. He was taking dudes shit away. You know, this is before, and you go back and watch the old stuff and the old commentary, right? And HBO had really good commentary back in the day with Roy Jones, Max Kellerman, Harold Letterman, and all those dudes. I didn't like what's his name, but I didn't like some of those dudes, but they was really good commentators if you go back and listen to them. And this is before we knew what Terence Crawford was going to be. And even back then, you know, he was, you know, great amateur background, great boxer, you know, but he's this quiet kid from Omaha, Nebraska. How could they sell him? You know what I'm saying? But he was styling and profiling on everybody in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just beautiful boxing ability. You know what I'm saying? This is before Bud got to 147 and was destroying dudes. You know what I'm saying? But before that, if Terence Crawford wants to, he could literally outbox the shit out of Errol Spence Jr. and there'll be nothing Spence could do about it, bro. And I'm not saying that to be like oh, you just a Spence. Ain't no, bro. I'm saying it as a dude that I've been watching fighting for years, been partaking in it, been watching this shit, all that. Bro, stylistically, Terence Crawford is a nightmare for Errol Spence Jr., bro. Size probably would have been a factor some years ago. I don't think it's going to be a factor now. I don't think it's going to be a factor. You know, Errol Spence looked like he's big and strong, and he looked like he in shape. But we got to see how he look when he got to make weight, when he's on them scales. How is he going to look? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see what Errol Spence could do. Watching Errol Spence now, I do admit, if Errol Spence show up like he did with the tenacity and the focus that he had in a fight like a Lamont Peterson fight, it could be really interesting because Spence was really on point in that fight. But if you go back and watch some of his more recent fights, he lost focus in the fights. He looked really lethargic. He got really sloppy at times. And these are things that Terence Crawford would definitely be able to capitalize on. Definitely be able to capitalize on those mistakes he's making, on him overreaching, on his recoil when he pulls back from his shots. If he misses, he pulls back. Crawford be able to jump in on him quick. You know what I'm saying? Crawford be able to jump in on him. So there's a lot of things that I still haven't seen from Spence that lead me to believe that he really could beat Crawford. Unless Crawford slips on a banana peel, unless Crawford standing still, unless Terence Crawford gets old overnight, bro. I mean, we could say Spence go break him and all that. That sounds really good for promotion, but I don't see him breaking a guy like Terence Crawford. Let's Errol Spence implements the game plan as to which he will be doing whatever it takes to get the victory. Hitting the body, hitting the legs, hitting hitting below the belt. Salute to WJ Luckett. I see in the building. Salute to Rice Teeter for another super star. He says the only boxers who ever gave Bud problems are patient counterpunchers. Facts. Who are willing to wait and trade. Brooke, Porter, Mimsy, Benavidez, all understood. Yes, facts, bro. See, look, see, and I'm glad you pointed that out. Because guys that did give Crawford problems were guys who was willing to be more patient than Crawford. Guys who will make Crawford attack first. Guys like Mean Machine. That's how a Mean Machine was able to get off on Crawford. He made him fight. Benavidez, same thing. Sean Porter, same thing. You know, they kind of forced Crawford to be first. They was a little bit more patient than the patient guy. You know what I'm saying? And we know Crawford can get impatient at times. So, yeah. But is Errol Spence going to do that? Do Errol Spence have the counterpunching ability to make something like that work? Right? Do the big fish got the counterpunching ability to make something like that work? I don't think so, bro. I don't know. I don't think he do. See, Mean Machine was somewhat of a counterpuncher. Sean Porter was a whatever type of fighter. He's just doing whatever what works for him in there. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez was a counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? So you said all those opponents Bud fought were faster and quicker than EJ. Yeah, man. That's another thing. If you go back and watch Crawford fights, a lot of those dudes, even guys like Felix Diaz, they was faster punchers than Crawford. Faster punchers than Errol Spence. And Errol Spence, he's not punching fast like them dudes. Them dudes was willing to man, I don't know, bro. Stylistically, I just have a hard time seeing Errol Spence beating Bud. I really do. I don't see nothing that he does in the ring that Crawford hasn't seen. That jab, straight left hand ain't gonna work. That stuff ain't gonna work against this dude, bro. You gotta do something different against a guy like Crawford. What is something different that Errol Spence could do? At 33, 32, how old is Spence now? 30. I'd be forgetting these ages. At 33 years old, what could Spence do differently now? In a fight with a guy like Terence Bud Crawford. What could he do differently? Spence gonna have to fight dirty. He's gonna have to make it dirty. Yeah, salute to Town Biz Sports Entertainment in the building. Y'all go subscribe to Town Biz Sports Entertainment. He says, I think another thing, Spence may be shocked how strong. Yeah, man. That's another thing. Terence Crawford is a strong guy. It's not like he's a dude that can box, but he's not necessarily a strong dude. Nah, man, he's a strong dude too. On top of everything else, bro. So, like I said, I think this is a more of an uphill battle, especially now at this point for Errol Spence than it is for Terence Crawford. That's just my opinion. I think it's more of an uphill battle for him. Not to mention, how will he be now at 33 years old, making that weight at 147? Hold on real quick, you guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Salute to Karate Body for the super chat. He says, what's up, Bushido, man? I'm just hoping these EJ fans really realize these man fan channels and bet money to bring these odds down for me to win more money. Yeah, Terence Crawford's the favorite for a reason, bro. He's the favorite for a reason, dog. I mean, the knock on Bud is the fact that he ain't really got no quote-unquote names. You know what I'm saying? But if you go back and watch this dude, in a time before there was all this Bud Crawford hate, people loved what they were seeing from Terence Crawford. We was like, yeah, man, this is a guy who's showing good boxing ability and he's throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? He's not loud. He's not talking shit. He's not disrespecting nobody. I seen in a fight where British Prescott he was getting frustrated in the fight. He started doing some dirty shit. Crawford didn't even give a shit, bro. He didn't even care about that shit, bro. He was just stoic as hell. Just let me get at him. He didn't even care. Dude did something with his head, but didn't give a shit. This is a time before people really hating on Crawford and start nitpicking who he fought. But people was really impressed by what they were seeing from Crawford. And in those fights, people didn't know if he was going to win those fights. But now we look at it now, oh, well, Crawford was supposed to beat those dudes. He was just way better than those guys. He was supposed to win. So hopefully they don't do this with Spence, bro. When he go out there and style and profile on Spence. Like I said, I feel like the style like Sean Porter was a tougher stylistic matchup. Stylistic than Errol Spence, bro. Errol Spence, what he got going for him is his size. But is that enough? Because really, you're a bigger target. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you're just a bigger target with shorter reach. I guess the more athletic puncher, the athletic fighter. Go back and watch. If you Spence guys are willing to do it, go back and watch Terence Crawford, man. Y'all must have forgot. This dude was whatever, no matter what the opponent was bringing in the ring, you see the adjustments made. Like he just make these adjustments on these dudes that they could just never keep up with him. And he's been doing that consistently for years. He's about as consistent as a fighter we've seen since Floyd Mayweather, bro. At this point, I'd be surprised if Errol Spence could beat Terence Crawford. I'd be surprised. Because I don't see nothing this guy brings to the fight that Terence Crawford hasn't seen or isn't able to deal with. But yeah, let me go ahead and open up this panel. Just had to get my thoughts on it, man. I've been watching fights, man. Been watching the fights. It's good to go back and watch the fight sometimes, and see the fighters. You know, Errol Spence really, he hasn't changed too much since the amateur days. You know, certain fights he showed more intensity than others, but for the most part, he's been literally the same fighter, the same guy. I don't know, man. I say his best shot is to really work on Terence Crawford's eye. Terence Crawford seems to have a swelling issue around his face sometimes. If Errol Spence can get a good shot off and land in Crawford's face, he could possibly swell up his eye and then, you know, go to work from there. But other than that, bro, I don't see what Spence could do to deal with this dude stylistically, unless it's some shit like that happens. Now, Errol got shorter reach, but he's an inch taller. He got a shorter reach, but he's an inch taller, probably about 1.5 inches. But I don't know, man. I'll be surprised to see. Let's see. Wait, real quick before I open up the panel. Derek James really just don't know.
This.
Who is this?
He's all in his feelings all the time. Watch this. Listen.
I wanted to kind of piggyback off Sean's statement when he said Crawford has 10 knockouts in a row, and then you said again too. So are you kind of saying that Crawford? I'm just saying he didn't face the same competition, same level.
All right. He says that Crawford hasn't faced the same level of competition. Okay.
I don't know who this guy is.
Heard that. Now listen.
Competition, but are you kind of also saying?
Gambino. I don't know who that is. Oh shit, it started over. But I thought this was the actual clip of Derek James talking hating. But he don't know what he gonna do to deal with Crawford, bro. They don't know. They don't really know what they gonna do to deal with this dude for real. Derek James is a smart dude when it comes to this boxing shit, and he knows what he's seeing. And realistically, man, there's nothing that he knows that there's nothing really that his fighter brings to the fight that could deal with Terence Crawford for real. You don't know what Terence Crawford is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When you fight him, he approaches every fight differently. He's doing different things and shit. Like it's crazy if you go back and watch Bud Crawford. You know, it's like he's doing different shit every fight. You know what I'm saying? He's doing different things every fight. It's like he has an endless skill set almost. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we've seen the best of this dude just yet. Even at 35, we gonna see if Errol Spence can bring it out of him. I think it should. I think Errol Spence should. You know, while I do believe that stylistically Spence is at a disadvantage, I do think he has he should have the durability and the stamina and everything else to make it a really, really good, exciting fight. But as far as stylistically, bro, I think after probably about the third or fourth round, it's gonna be the Terence Crawford show. He's gonna take over from there. Spence is gonna be really trying to figure this guy out. If Crawford fights a really disciplined fight, and really just and sticks to his boxing guns, he can thoroughly outbox the shot of Errol Spence, bro. I'm gonna open up this panel. Nah, Spence and Bud never sparred before, bro. I don't know what Shane Mosley was talking about, dog. I don't know what that is, man. Nah, that's Crawford and Spence. Nah, they never really even been around each other like that. I don't know where that came from. Because you best believe that'll be a selling point for this fight if something like that happened. Hit that like button for your boy, y'all. You best believe that'll be a selling point. Oh, yeah, I already heard him in sparring, you know. Nah, that ain't happening for real. I don't know what Shane Mosley hating for. Salute to D Lucky for the super chat. He says Bud will use much more head movement and parrying of the jab while countering over the top Spence's jab with hard counter punches. Yeah, that's another thing. Crawford takes away that jab, going over Spence's jab, hitting him with hooks, going over his jab with man. There's a lot of things Crawford be doing in the ring, bro. I don't think a lot of Spence fans really know what this dude be doing. Like, if you go back and just watch his fights, oh, well, he ain't fight nobody. It was nobody. Man, they had to have been somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do the shit that you doing to people. They not about to just let you do what this dude is doing to these dudes, bro. People not about to let you just do that shit, dog. He be setting these traps. He be catching and shooting. Terence Crawford, he does a lot of shit in the ring, bro. He does a lot of shit in the ring. Yeah, he may get hit sometime, but so what? You need to get hit sometime. I'm a strong believer of you need to get hit in the fucking mouth. Yeah, you need to get hit. Absolutely. Now, if you can get through your fights without getting hit, it's cool, but we need to see if you get hit in the mouth. That's why I said Big Baby Anderson, that Charles Martin moment, that was supposed to happen. You say I can see him hurting Spence to the body. Man, I'm telling you, Crawford has a variety of different things he's doing in there, bro. He's doing a variety of different things, bro. A variety of different things. Unless Spence is a different fighter overnight, I don't see what he can do. Errol Spence is very straightforward, man. I don't know if size is gonna be enough. He's pretty skinny now. Imagine fight week. Both guys probably gonna look pretty skinny, but I would imagine Spence would be feeling it a lot more than Crawford. Tough fight for Spence, man. Tough fight for Errol Spence. We got 4 weeks left. 4 weeks left until the fight happens. All the talk, everything everybody's been saying, everything everybody's been saying for years. Somebody ain't go. A certain group ain't gonna hit the end of it. One particular group ain't gonna hit the end of it. Yeah, Crawford's a bad fight for Errol Spence. And you go back and watch Crawford's older fights too, he was popping that jab out a lot better than he has been lately. He was really throwing that jab out. So we know he's been throwing somewhat of a lazier jab, in my opinion, lately. But back in the day, boy, when he was young bud, he was throwing that hard jab. What's going on? Salute. Wait till everybody get their mics and stuff together. What's going on, Mr. Golden?
What's going on, little bro?
What's going on, OG?
What up, man?
Not much, man. What's up, fellas? Nothing back, just sitting back and relaxing on a Sunday. Listen to my man talk some shit.
Yeah, that's right. So how you feeling, man? We got 4 weeks left, man. How you feeling?
Kind of hard to say right now. I'm trying to get myself pumped up, you know. But shit, I just hope Earl. I just got a feeling it might not go off. Earl might do some stupid ass shit.
What you mean?
Hope he gonna go out there and do some stupid shit, get his ass in an accident, and get hurt or something.
Hey, somebody got their something playing in the background.
What you mean? I don't know. Why am I doubling with you?
Yeah, somebody has something playing in the background.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So my TV was playing it. I can hear myself in the background on the TV. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. You know, I've been listening to some of the guys, man. You know, I like to read the comments on different stuff, man. They be talking some weird, crazy shit, dog. You
like
know,
what?
I mean, like a lot of jokers think Errol is untouchable. You know, like Errol is just straight up killer. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take nothing away from the young man. He got skills and talent, but they act like he's indestructible, man. Like he can't be hurt. You know, size don't mean a damn thing. Shit, like Mike Tyson was little as a motherfucker. He never, basically everybody Tyson fought was bigger than him. He whooped their ass.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Come on, man. Just because a man's small don't mean a damn thing. Shit. You know?
Yeah, Spence is definitely the bigger dude. I'll tell you that. He's definitely the bigger guy.
And
we go.
I'm looking at. I don't think the way I was looking at Spence, man. I don't think Spence gonna make weight.
You don't think he gonna make the weight?
I don't think Spence gonna make that weight.
That's interesting. I was thinking about that because Spence, how's he gonna make the weight? You know what I'm saying? It's been a year plus since he last fought. How is he still gonna be making that weight comfortably at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Cause you 4 weeks out now, and I just seen some risk. I mean, Spence look big as a fuck, man. Like he still got a lot of weight he got to lose, man.
Shit, what weight? I mean, shit, he's already a pretty lean guy. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Wait, hold on. I'll put it on the screen. He's a pretty lean dude. Spence ain't got much body fat at all, bro.
Yeah.
He's a pretty lean dude. So okay. I mean,
but he's still bigger than 147 right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So fight.
Yeah, he lean, but you know what you do? It's like you toning up, but you got to drop that weight, man.
Doing a fat camp.
You said the fat camp?
Yeah, he ain't something. Camp. You know, and a lot of guys talk about the way Crawford fought Ebenezer, talk about Crawford got smoked. He fought that type of fight for a reason. Crawford sat in the pocket and sat down on his punches for that fight, man.
He's been. If you go back and watch blood fights, he wasn't sitting down in the pocket like he is today. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, he wasn't fighting like that, but today he's sitting down on his punches and he's fighting these dudes.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, all right. I was just trying to make sure y'all can hear me and shit.
You know, it's gonna be.
How y'all doing though?
Right, what's going on, Doc? It's
not
gonna be
interrupt y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You good.
Hey, can y'all tell me something? Because I see that y'all know a lot about boxing, and you know I love coming on here and soaking up the knowledge and shit like that. So I just love hearing y'all talk. But I'm trying to see how do y'all think? Okay, can anybody tell me in which way Crawford go use his footwork as the advantage? Do you guys think that would be the main advantage? One of his main.
Yes. Well, see, the name of the game is if you go back and look at that Sean Porter fight, Anybody that got some foot movement get Earl problems. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And see, the dealer, Crawford gonna catch it from angles. His footwork is hell. And see, he can fight on the back foot. He can fight coming forward, and the placements. You
Yeah,
know,
that's special, and I don't see like people don't talk about that when they come across. You know, I see he got a lot of haters, and it be for a lot of reasons. Like, you know what I mean? Just to respect the channel, Brian, and go say what I personally think it is. But you know, it be for a lot of like deeper reasons, like why they hate this man like that. But
the reason why they hate him because he's a threat to Earl. When Crawford's at 135, when
it's
Crawford's at
more than that.
140.
It's more than that though. The way these
listen.
folks, some of these folks been cut. Man, the nigga told me come to my gym about Errol. Talking about come to my gym about Errol, like he was trying to press me or something. I'm like, bro, I fuck with boxing, bro, but I'm like, I'm deep, like dead dive into MMA, bro. So if this nigga was to like, I wouldn't box him, so it wouldn't even be fair for real. That's what I'm saying. Like niggas be doing too much.
Man, you know some of the jokers just be popping their
like
mouth.
niggas be doing too much. Like, bro, I'm going straight for the takedown, bro. You will never throw a punch. Like, bro, niggas is crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Man, listen, man. You got some fellas out there, man, that are just buck wild.
Yeah, they want to defend his honor with like their life or something.
Yeah, like
Errol,
crazy. Errol ain't even know them dudes, but they out here, they want to fight you. You want to come to your house. You want to do this. But
the one thing I noticed, the one thing I noticed about Bud fans is that you can, like, they'll say we ain't standing on our 10, but it's really we being fair. So if you say something that's a real point, and I feel like in my mind it makes sense, I'm like, okay, I understand you. But when it come to them, they like stubborn, bro. They ain't trying to hear nothing.
Like, I forgot whose station I was on the other day, but they really played a clip. And when Sean Porter was talking to Andre Ward, and Sean came out of his own mouth and said he was thinking about retirement before he even fought Errol. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
exactly.
I hate that
and they
talk,
tried to
bro.
push.
I hate that talk.
Yeah. But
I don't like how ain't nobody done did a whole live on it and all of that. You know, folks be doing like, you know, folks on our side and did lives and stuff like that, but ain't nobody like they ain't you see what I'm saying? They don't try to keep it 100. When it don't look good for them, they try to mask and sweep it under the rug. Like, bro, no, niggas is watching. We are watching. We aren't dumb, bro. Whoever isn't dumb, we are watching and we see what's going on. Like, that's crazy. Y'all gonna try to ignore the fact that this is how y'all discredited it, bro. And like it ain't right, man. But we here now.
One thing about that. Hold on. One thing about the Sean Porter. One thing about the Sean Porter timeline. When people forget, people just forget the timeline. One thing about the Sean Porter situation. I don't know why people forget or they forget. Sean Porter, the only narrative is Sean Porter was ready to retire, right? Sean Porter ready to retire. He had 1 foot out. But it was Sean Porter who pressed Crawford for the match.
Thank you.
People forget it was Sean Porter. I want the match.
Some desire in him.
He wanted a chance.
He need to stop playing like this man ain't trained.
He knew it was gonna be his biggest. He knew it was gonna be his biggest payday. 1, 2. It was his next chance to get another shot at a world title belt. That come on, if he had won 100,000%, he was gonna rematch Errol Spence for another big huge payday. Ain't nobody gonna say that. Oh, so if he beat Crawford, he was gonna retire. Come on, stop.
If Sean would have beat Crawford, Earl would have had on a track suit and some track tennis shoes. He'd have sprint his ass up in that motherfucker ring, jump off the floor. He wouldn't come to the goddamn step and flipping that goddamn ring and holler Sean he want to fight. That's what the fuck he would have did.
How close in y'all opinion was that Errol and Porter fight?
4-1.
Like if you was for it,
4-1.
Like,
he said Porter won.
Porter won. This nigga hell, bro.
Porter won. hey, the knockdown was the difference for me, bro.
Yeah, that's what separated,
bro. Bro, if you watch that fight, bro, Errol, he had a lot of rounds where he was getting his ass kicked, bro. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying?
You can look at how swole up Earl ass was after the fight. Joker talk about Earl ain't been hitting him. I mean, Sean ain't been hitting Earl. Man, he fucked Earl ass up.
After that fight, Earl Spence had so much praise and so much. He was so humbled by Porter that he thought Porter was the next best fighter in the world. That's the reason he was so surprised when Crawford dropped him and stopped him. That's the reason why. That look at his face. He like, I went life and death with this nigga. Oh man, let me get the hell up out this arena.
Because he knew.
Yo, Bushido.
Was good.
I got a question. What you really think Earl was backed into a corner and had to take this fight because of the things they came up to him with as far as the Keith Thurman and shit like that? What you think about that?
Well, was he backed into a corner? Nah.
I mean,
Bud Crawford's the best option. It's the best fight to be made. I mean,
that's what I mean. For the amount of money that he was gonna get paid for Keith Thurman, he said he wasn't gonna never fight Keith Thurman. Who else was available? He got Virgil and he had Ennis on his ass. That's no money. That's high risk, no reward.
But you know what?
And what I'm saying is, Earl was really backed into a corner. Nobody ever talk about the shit. I'm thinking about him like, what's the bang for his buck? He had no choice. If I'm gonna take a O, if I'm a bet on my O, I might as well give it up to Crawford. He has another belt. Let's make history. Everybody talking about it. He was like, I already told everybody I'm not fighting Keith. They're gonna give me a measly 1.5 million and whatever the back end mean, and we know that ain't nothing. So that's what I'm saying. He was almost forced into this, and people giving him credit for it. Like that bothers me. People
they fans being real quiet lately too. I peeped that. They was real loud during negotiation. Oh, he left the table. Not even he said they talking now because it's like they forced to. You can tell, bro. It ain't the same. It ain't the same like when we right here for real. Like, bro, this man fighting the day before my birthday. He dead ass. He fighting on my birthday because by then it'll be the 30th.
Yeah.
Well, listen. So Earl had no other choice. Earl
be lit.
Earl had no other choice but to take this fight. If Earl didn't take this fight here, motherfucker gonna drag it. And not only that,
another
the network forced the fight. The network forced the fight. Y'all missed because the
network
they was up for they was up for another contract.
PBC need the best fights that they can make to save their ass. Because Paramount about to flush everything like the toilet. They not playing with nobody. So you might as well make all the best fights, even if they don't renew their contract. Why not?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Not.
It's like it's gonna be almost like they became a failure of boxing if they didn't make these fights happen. For this era, for everybody that's upcoming and watching boxing, like there are people that been watching boxing. But for the newcomers, they not going to watch boxing no more if this fight and a couple of more fights don't happen. We looking at the battle from the 135s and the 140s, all this politics, man. This wasn't ever like this, man. Boxing was never like this.
Right.
Can we give it up to this year, though?
Oh, this
give it up to this year, though.
This the best they had this year.
No bullshit. Sure. This year being lit.
Oh yeah, I can't complain. I'm just complaining about why they didn't give us the fights before. It took this long to start doing something, and then you give us all this. I'm like, damn, we're gonna be $800 in pay-per-views by the end of the year.
Listen, because they're gonna start losing money. Like I tell folks all the time, we the fans, we control really boxing. Because if we don't sit it down, spend our money on the bullshit, they're just gonna lose. They'll get a lot of feedback from fans. Man, we ain't paying for the stupid ass shit y'all putting on pay-per-view. No.
They seen the uproar. It's like we all got online at the same time. For real, like arguing.
And I know
seen the uproar.
I think
listen,
that
I got an app. I got an app on my TV. Boy, look at here.
I think that Tank and Garcia got him playing with some house money. So we really, got getting our fight off of that, man. I really think
we got lucky out Tank Garcia.
Yeah, they playing with house money so they can do what they want right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. So how do y'all see? Because my thing about this fight is this, right? I definitely see Bud winning, and with a counter, he's gonna counter him. But what I'm getting at is this, right? Bud's gonna catch him with a counter, and he's gonna push Spence on the back foot, right? How can Spence deal with that?
Spence never fought off the back foot. He shells
Not
up.
like that.
So what are some of the habits y'all see Spence have when it comes to fighting off the back foot?
Excuse me, but shooter. You got a young man in the chat, and Carl Brown said he tried to jump on the panel, but you want to let him on.
Yeah, I did. I put the link in the chat, man.
Yeah, Mr. Brown, come on. You welcome to come on.
Yeah, we got. I think it's like room for like 10 people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hop on, man. We need some Spence fans up on here, man.
Right.
Where y'all at?
We already seen Spence get hurt before.
Right, yeah.
The Emmanuel, I ain't even talking about Ugits. The Emmanuel Lottie fight. When he fought Emmanuel Lottie, it was only an 8-round fight. That 7th round, when he caught Errol, when he rocked him, just one little guy, smaller than Spence. When he got rocked, he was on the back foot for the whole remainder of the fight. He ran from the little guy to salvage immediate decision win. He don't deal good when somebody throwing punches back at him.
And another
He's used to throwing punches and having you shell up.
I seen that reaction in him when Danny hit his ass and he turned all the way around. I said, "What's going on?" I swear.
Also, another problem he has too is he closes his eyes when he's going back.
Yeah,
and that's not gonna be a good thing. You're not gonna be able to see shit coming.
I ain't see that.
Yeah, he closed his eyes.
I'm be straight up. Crawford do the same shit. We'll be fair. Crawford do it too, but
he'll wink. He got like a wink.
But Crawford got animal instincts though. Crawford do it too. But we got pictures.
Yeah,
we got pictures. So
different,
we ain't gonna lie. But Crawford, he got animal instincts. He goes out and he hits your ass. I don't know.
Yeah, he different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's able to do a lot more based on that, because he got that actual, like you said, that primal instinct.
Now I'm telling y'all now,
he like a non-Asian Roy or some shit.
Who's talking Crawford?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
The nigga hard though, bro. He like counterattacks though, cause Roy was he was more offensive. I ain't saying Crawford like he not offensive. It's just like the way he set shit up. Fire.
Yeah,
but see, sure. Crawford,
that shit hard.
Crawford, everybody want to discredit his resume, but everybody that got in the ring, that boy, man, he dissect their ass, man. He make him look average. Oh, he ain't fought about it. He ain't this and he ain't did that. Man, this man here make you look average. When he take your best
fight, and this is the fight to prove it.
And this my thing.
He go out there and make Spence look average. They can't really go by the resume no more.
Oh, yes,
see, I'm picking.
They're gonna say Earl said pick a spoon up. You feel what I'm saying? Errol wasn't no good after the car accident. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like when Porter got ready to fight Bud. Oh, Porter this, Porter that, Porter this, Porter that. When Bud went and made that nigga look average. Oh, he 1 foot out the door. Sean washed up. Earl left over. Shit. Got that. Everybody Earl fought. Damn, they had a loss, so somebody left over.
Exactly. And I'm tired of this whole thing, and that's the thing about boxing. For some reason, when somebody take a loss to the boxing community, it's like they broken and they can never fight again. Like, it's weird. Like, bro, that's not how this shit works. If everybody really like that and they really thumping with each other, bro, it's gonna be more competitive than you think. We all human. We all make human mistakes. So anybody can catch anybody on any given day.
Yep.
Bro, so with that being said, how can you tell me that one loss is it for a fighter? Like, I don't like that little notion like that shit. I hope Ryan come back and do something special. I hope somebody who lost, who niggas just counting out. I really hope they come back and pop on y'all ass. For
That
real,
would be
for real.
nice.
Like to me, this is what I
Well,
say
hopefully
though.
Spence can do that when Bud after Bud whoop on him.
Nah, hey,
Look, man.
after Bud whoop on, bro, I don't even agree with who was that? Who was just talking?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. I don't even agree with that, man. In
What?
my opinion, they leaving. In my opinion, I don't even think
Yes.
you go see a lot of
Man,
they ass,
listen.
bro. They
They're
running ghosts.
gonna haul
They
ass.
running
It's gonna
ghosts.
be so.
Cause they go look.
It's gonna be so motherfucking quiet. I'm telling you, a lot of motherfuckers gonna be sick. You ain't gonna see their ass. They're gonna disappear. They're gonna
Yeah,
tell her,
bro.
"Oh man, Errol was washed up."
Man, I'm telling you,
Errol,
niggas go watch
Man.
that fight, turn off their TV, and go to sleep. Man, I'm telling you, bro, that shit go get real.
And
Hey,
they
but
were
look,
talking about the
Niggas go
size
to
thing too,
sleep, bro.
right?
That shit go hurt their soul.
go to
They talking about
sleep.
the size thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about they go turn around, they go turn off their TV, they go get ready for bed, they go hop in.
Hey yo,
I'm talking about, bro, that shit go get real, bro.
y'all hear me?
Niggas
Man,
go want to just
look
turn
at
their consciousness off right now, bro. That shit go be
look
too
at
Yo,
much.
can y'all hear me?
mad at the old lady. They don't want to talk to her.
yeah.
Yo,
Look, yo.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
All right. Well, this Carl Brown that was in the chat.
Oh, Mr. Brown, how you doing, Mr. Carl Brown?
All right, what's up?
Hey,
What's
hold
up,
on,
Rashidi?
hold on, right quick, not cut you off, sir. Hey,
Somebody got
Bushido, I'm gonna be right back.
somebody got static.
Somebody got an echo.
Somebody go on mute. They got an echo. Facts, Johnny boy. He say in the chat, hey, Bushido, you gotta.
Y'all can still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Go. Is that
I don't
Carl?
see, yeah, I don't see the logo. That's why I ain't know if I was on or not.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
you
on there?
good.
Don't
Go
worry
ahead. Go
about it.
ahead. You picking
You on
Spence,
there?
right? I'm picking Spence too, Carl. But go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm just saying. I mean, everybody keep calling this a 50-50 fight, but then they saying like Bud gonna wash him. I mean, everybody, y'all. I don't think y'all looking at the whole. Well, first I want to say this because I do agree with one of y'all about whoever lose. This is what I think. Whoever lose, a lot of the fake fans going to disappear. So so they're going to separate that. But what I don't get is about a lot of people be up here saying that they fans of this person, but at the same time they say overall they a boxing fan, but then it shows that they only be fan of one boxer. You know what I mean? I fuck with Spence. I fuck with Spence because like I said, I've been liking his style from 2012. Even then, I ain't got nothing against Bud. I just think that me personally, this ain't got nothing to do with nobody. I just think that Spence gonna beat Crawford more easier than people think. And it
I
ain't
got a
got nothing to do
question.
with us. What up?
How's he gonna beat him?
No, it's just like he beat everybody else. It ain't gonna be nothing flashy. It ain't gonna be nothing super. It just all the things that y'all saying that Bud can do. This what I'm just thinking. This all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everything that everybody's saying that Bud could do, you got to think about it. Half of them things y'all not gonna see, because even if Errol Smith push him to the point that Terence Crawford got to push back, then we got an Errol Smith fight, no matter what. And Errol Smith is good enough to make someone fight his fight. Terence Crawford is good enough to make someone fight, but if Errol Smith going to dog it out, he can force Terence Crawford to dog it out. Not saying Terence Crawford ain't got no dog in it, but that's where the fight going to be. Everybody thinking they going to get this, let's see if Terence Crawford can make sure Errol Smith punch. Y'all got to think about it. Let's keep it real. Errol Smith could cut the ring off. Errol Smith ain't that pressure fighter that everybody's saying like, oh, he running in there dogging. He worked his way in there. So let's be real. As y'all being boxer fans, y'all know it ain't. What up?
You say you gonna cut the ring off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened with Sean Porter?
Which look, come on. No matter what, I don't care what none of y'all say. The way I seen that fight, that was just an all dog out. That wasn't no. That's why Errol Spence said it, and y'all can't overlook that part either. If y'all gonna hear everything Errol Spence say, hear everything. Cause the nigga said if I fought Sean Porter again, I wouldn't fight him the same way. I'll make it easier.
Okay,
So
Man,
I'm just saying, no matter what y'all say, we can't think for them.
He ain't
No matter what y'all say,
it's cool. Let me just respond to that just for 1 minute now, because the narrative of he fought his fight. I'm gonna go ahead and debunk that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and debunk that.
But let me say,
let me finish, bro. Let me finish, bro.
I know.
You don't know what I'm finna say, bro.
But you about to reply to something that ain't fact, what you just tried to run with. I'm saying
what I'm finna say. Tell me what I'm finna say.
No. I'm just saying that fight just ended up that way because Sean Porter's the dog. Errol Spence. I'm not saying he said, "Oh, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna fight Sean Porter fight." I don't care about that part. I'm talking what that fight was. It was just an all dog on dog. Errol Spence said that if I fought him, if I fought Sean Porter again, I'll fight him different and make it easier. Let's not overlook that part. That's all I'm saying.
But
I didn't say that.
Let me go ahead and respond real quick. Like
the narrative everybody always talking about. Earl said he gonna fight Sean Porter fight. He was forced to fight that type of fight. The way Sean came at his ass, he was forced to fight that type of fight. He didn't just go in and say, "I'm gonna beat Sean at his own fight." He didn't have no way.
No, you're right. You absolutely right. But I just think that Errol Spence can fight that way. That's what I'm saying. He can fight that way, the same way Sean Porter fought. So that's why he said, "Oh, I could do it, so I'm going to do it." That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like he came in.
We can only go by what they actually achieve in the ring. Cool. I can say I can fly to the moon, brother. I can say I can pick up the Empire State Building, but what I show is what I show. We can only see what people do in the ring, brother. You know what I'm saying? All the extracurricular mental gymnastics is not going to do nothing for us.
But that's what I'm saying. So Earl, that's what I'm talking, and that's what I'm saying. Listen to what you're saying, and then listen to what I'm saying. You trying to make me say something that you keep hearing from a lot of Errol Spence fans. I'm saying one thing. That fight ended up like that way because not because Errol Spence said, "I'm going to fight Sean Porter at his own fight." No, it's just he came in there and he's like, "Oh, Sean Porter trying to push me to like, oh, I'm gonna show him that I can fight that way too." So that's why that fight just ended up that way.
Well,
I can see that.
Hold on, you saying the same thing. You just rewording it just a little bit different.
But it's the truth. No, I'm not, because you saying
the same. Okay, you saying
I know, but you saying I'm saying
fight, and he's saying, okay, I gotta show him. He pushing me. I'm finna show him I'm really like that. That's him saying, in a sense, okay, since he doing this, I'm finna show him I'm really like that. Where he at? Right here in the pocket. That's you fight. That's you saying that you don't fight his fight.
But guys,
and that's why that fight ended up like that.
Sean Porter wasn't.
But guys, let me get a chance in here.
Hey, hold on.
Is this ill status?
Let me read the super chat real quick.
Hey, get the super chat out.
Salute to Johnny Boy for the super chat. He says T.O. just did what you talking about. Everyone picked Taylor to whoop him because T.O. lost to Cambosis, and look what T.O. does to Taylor.
Absolutely.
That's
fucking losing.
That's a fact. But
it is the same. He's the underdog, and people thought he was gonna lose, and he beat his ass. It's the same.
One thing we failing to realize, guys, this is actually a 50-50 fight. So when you looking at this fight and then you judging the triangle theory with each fighter, everybody on the panel that was talking about the Sean Porter fight. The Sean Porter fight was based on a manipulation system as a boxer. If you can control the fight, then you can control the fighter. And certain guys know how to do that. And Terence Crawford and Errol did that too, because Errol led him into deep waters that he didn't want to go through. And that's how he got the victory. So it's how you bait an active fighter like that. Sean Porter is an active fighter. He's going to actively go at you. He's going to actively be more aggressive and athletic in his movement and his aggression towards you. So you have to be prepared for that. And Terence Crawford was prepared for it. And Errol was too, in different ways. But that's what made the fight successful, because they showed great success against Kell Brook and Sean Porter. But at the end of the day, Errol Spence do bring a talent that challenges Bud, and Bud brings a talent that challenges Errol. So the best, I got Bud, of course, but the best of the best only can challenge each other on a certain level. I'm never going to take away from Errol Spence Jr. because he made it this far off of sure skill, will, determination,
Hit the
heart, and
like
effort.
button.
Indeed.
I'm gonna piggyback on you on something about dealing with the Sean Porter fight. When Bud and Sean fought, and Wood caught Bud off guard, right? He'll look for Sean to come in with a pressure fight. You feel what I'm saying? So Bud had to adapt to the style that Sean fought. Everybody Sean fought, Sean was in your goddamn chest. But when he came in there, he knew he couldn't come in there and fight Bud that type of way. So he had to come in and give Bud a whole totally different fight.
Wow.
But y'all gotta look at whoever that was told Bud that he was losing that fight.
That looked good.
And the way that man and the way that man in a split second turned that motherfucker to another level and just destroyed Sean. I mean, a lot of folks said, Sean was winning, but before that man came, he said, all right. And 30 seconds later, Sean ass on the goddamn ground. So they're telling you he could have did that shit a long time ago.
Right.
He was just cruising. He was cruising in that fight. You got to have a special kind of skill and talent, man, to be able to do something like that to another motherfucker who is a world-class fighter. You go in there and like, man, I'll stop there when I get ready to stop him.
And that's why, Mr. Golden, that's why I say this. When we talk about who they fought and how they fought, they're not gonna fight each other like that. You get what I'm saying? Like both of them. And when you see how they are at the weigh-in, not at the weigh-in, but at the pressers, how much respect they both have for each other. I don't think Errol gonna come in there reckless. Even though I got Errol winning, I don't think he's gonna come in there reckless. And because he know what Bud possesses. Bud is dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Bud can knock you out. You do something stupid.
Never come in there reckless though.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying, Carl. So hold on, let me finish. He ain't gonna come in there reckless. He gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. I don't believe they gonna come in there and try to think Bud is just some, like, you know how you say light in the ass and just think that he can just press Bud, relentlessly. You know what I'm saying? Without being defensively responsible. It's a dangerous game you playing in there with Bud Crawford. So. And also, I think Bud respects Spence. You know what I'm saying? By the way that they interact, it's definitely a respect factor there. So Bud ain't gonna go out there looping his shots like he did against certain guys or be on cruise control like he did with Porter. So to go back to how they both fought Porter and compare it to this fight, it don't. To me, I flushed that shit out the window. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You
can't flush it down. You can't flush it out the window. No, you can't.
You can flush
no,
it
you
out
can't.
the window.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
one of them gonna fight. One of them two guys fight like Porter.
The reason why you can't flush that fight down the sink is because it hold up now, because it exposed some things about the fighters. Because Porter pushed. Hold on, brother. It exposed some things. Because all before, Porter was the easy work. Porter was the easy ride. And it took Spence to his edge. He got that fight by the skin of his teeth. So don't say you can flush it down the one when it was his most difficult fight.
All right, now look.
Skin of his teeth win. So you can't flush it down. You can say you can take and flush it, but it exposed some things, brother.
Okay, it can expose some things, but let me
gotta talk about it.
Hold on, let me ask you. Now, does Bud Crawford fight anyway like Sean Porter? Does he jump in, jump out, foot feint, play football? Does he fight with his head low? Like ask me, like, does Bud Crawford swarm you? You know what I mean? Does he fight anyway like Sean Porter? Does he fight behind his head? Does Porter switch hit? Like, let me, bro, come on. Does Porter have a reach advantage like Bud Crawford? So let me ask you, how the hell is Porter and Crawford comparable, and how are we going to use this in breaking down this fight that they both going to fight? Does Porter fight behind his jab like Spence? Is Porter a southpaw?
Let me talk about. Spence gonna fight the same way every time.
At the same time, two opponents bring pressure, so you can kind of. It's not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Pressure, but we're speaking in a sense where two opponents bring pressure. See, before the fight counted in all of y'all eyes because y'all could discredit Bud and say, "Oh, Bud fought him after this, and Sean Porter, he wasn't even, he ain't even trying." But now that we can evenly assess the fight, now it's let's flush it out the window.
No.
You also have to look at each fighter based on the fight.
Hold on, ill status. Let me respond to that. I give Bud complete credit for knocking out Porter. I don't care what no other Spence fans say. That ain't mine. That ain't what I said.
I'm talking to you.
Hold on, bro. I picked Spence too. I mean, I picked Crawford to knock out Porter. So I didn't think Porter would make it the distance because of the style matchup. You can't pressure Bud Crawford and be as reckless as Porter is sometimes, and come in there with your head low like that and not get caught with one of them crazy uppercuts that Bud throws from different angles. Bud is eventually going to figure you out in time. So I figured he was going to knock out Porter, and it's not because Spence beat him up, or not because he was old, or not because he was a podcaster, bro. I ain't say none of that shit. I'm not making no excuse. Bud Crawford a bad man, and he's a great fighter, dynamic as hell. So this is what I'm saying. But I just think this fight is going to be different for Spence and for Bud.
I feel
that's all
I'm just telling you how we can even
You
say, you
right.
see what I'm saying, how you can even compare it. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't really compare on fight by fight basis. You can't compare.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do when you compare fights. Here's what you do when you compare fights. It's not necessarily you trying to do a triangle theory. What you're doing is you're extracting the ability, the skills, and the mentality of the fighters. That's what you extract, and that is a constant. Those are things that they have or they don't have. Some fighters have certain mentality. Some fighters have certain moves. Some fighters have certain abilities that they display depending on the opponent. And with the more difficult opponents, you might get more and more things exposed that you can see about a fighter. So it's not necessarily y'all say, "Oh, Sean Porter," but it still shows certain things. What can you do against this kind of pressure? What you gonna do in this situation?
And you got a guy like Bud that can actually implement those type of things.
Exactly. That's what I'm
saying.
That's what I was talking about a manipulative fighter. If you can manipulate the fight like a Muhammad Ali, a Sugar Ray Leonard, they manipulated the fight to go into their favor. That's what Terence Crawford does. And that's what Errol figured out at the end of that fight, too. He was able to time Sean Porter and get him out of there. But when we looking at these two, when we looking at these two know how to come in on a respective level, like YB was saying, because they understand the potential of the dangers that they can get into with each other. That's what makes this fight a 50-50 fight.
Right. But I think I just think Errol with an active jab, it's gonna be hard to, because a lot of people looking at, and I see what they be looking at, like the way Amir Khan came out and he tried to, but Amir Khan jab ain't nothing like Errol. In the way everybody say Errol Spence don't move his head. Errol Spence his head in lines even when he throw his jab, like in a different. This is the things I be seeing. Even when he go to the body, it just, that's why a lot of people say it's hard to hit him, but it looked like he's right there in your face.
Man, Ugas
hit his ass pretty easy. When he let his hand go, Ugas hit his ass pretty damn easy.
Yeah,
not even before that, he hit him with a hook and had him look down at the ground for his mouthpiece. So not even before that, setting up that punch, he already
now look, check this out.
Look, bro, we saying it's a bad stylistic matchup because when you pressuring somebody who is a master counter striker, the more shots you throw, the more openings you leave. This is just how it goes.
True.
So if you go first and I go second, but I see you go first, this what Crawford do. He do all type of bullshit to you. I'm telling you. His jab dynamic too. Y'all talking about the jab, his jab dynamic.
Against faster guys. That's the main thing. He does this against faster guys, bro. He does this against Amir Khan faster. Sean Porter way faster. Come on, like if Crawford can react to crazy Amir Khan's speedy punches coming at him, and he can counter that and drop him. If he can step back real quick when Sean Porter has the fastest step at welterweight. That first step is the fastest step at welterweight. He was able to step back, react, and counter that. How is he supposed to come in there with a regular ass jab and cause problems? Come on, bro.
But that's what you saying. A regular as that we all know it ain't no regular jab, but you going for Bud.
Okay. It's a good jab. But what I'm saying is, if Crawford can react to faster jabs that's coming at blazing speed that Spence do not have, we know he do not have the speed. Let's stay on facts. Speed wise, he do not have that speed of Khan or Porter. Okay,
wait.
That first step.
But you still talking about? You saying
y'all brought up the jabs. Y'all bring up jabs, and I'm talking about off the jab. That's what I'm talking about. Off the jab. Crawford can react. He can react to those. So the jab thing, he can't do. Like, I don't understand that argument.
But that's why I agree with somebody earlier said you can't use the triangle theory, because now check this out. How many people Errol Spence fought that was faster than him, but he still was getting to the point first?
He wasn't doing that with Porter.
Wait,
we're talking about Spence. You just made a point, and I'm just countering it. He had to walk Porter down. He had to walk Porter down to get into his bag. He had to walk Porter down to get into his bag. In the center of that ring, Porter was the one who was getting off first. In the center of that ring, Porter was getting off first for the majority of that fight. Those are facts.
Okay, but we all know that was an all brawl fight from round one to round.
He was getting off due to speed. Errol just got good intuition on the inside, so he knew when to throw and how to throw it to catch him perfectly. Like the way he set you up on the inside, that's some cold shit. That's how if he go beat, bro.
That punch that he got off on Sean Porter. Come on, that was set up. That wasn't just let me just swing this.
No, it wasn't. He posted, he backed out, and he knew he was throwing, and he threw it perfectly on the inside. That wasn't
that's good punch placement.
And that's also a good corner too, preparing him for that, because he's seen it a lot.
That's one of Spence's shots, though. That's like we can go to other fights. That's not the first time he hit on that. That is one of Spence's shots. So that's one of his skills. That's what that post hook is one of his shots.
Remember that sequence when Errol Spence was backing up and Sean Porter was coming in, and Errol Spence went to the side for a little bit. He knew what punch was coming. Went to the side. The shit went right on the side of his head. He caught Sean Porter right on the button. Yep. Remember that sequence too? That's what I'm trying to say. So he definitely got good punch placement. The dude could box.
Yeah, it's adjustments too.
We was talking about speed. He got good placement and intuition on the inside. That's what I will say. So you see what I'm saying? But when it comes to speed, that's a different topic.
Good timing.
Everybody's not talking about
that's certain things are up to timing. You can be faster than me, but you throwing, and I know exactly when you go throw, and I move out the way.
Same
that
speed you
throwing
it.
Whatever speed you got in that one exchange.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get off first, no matter what. I already got
Porter really neutralized Spence jab in that fight. If you pay attention, Porter would slip, come inside, and then counter with his jab. Watch the fight. If you watch, he would slip to one side, come in.
But bro, Sean Porter does that with every fighter. Name a fighter that Sean Porter did not nullify a jab. He rushes in to make sure that you don't get the jab.
But all I'm saying is that great jab that Errol Spence has, it can be slipped by somebody like Sean Porter. That's all I'm saying. So if Porter can slip it, Bud can slip it. Or Porter can slip it. If Porter can slip it, Bud can counter it. One or the other.
So Sean Porter wasn't countering Bud in that fight. I'm just asking. Sean Porter wasn't countering Bud in that fight.
He got some shots there, but I'm talking about countering. I'm talking about Sean Porter didn't set nothing up and catch Bud with something because he knew what Bud was. Sean Porter didn't do that. I'm just asking. What Porter did in the Crawford fight is he got a lot of the initiation. He got a lot of what success for the reason that he got on Spence is similar to success he got on Crawford, except that Crawford was able to make some adjustment. That first step, I said that his first step might be the fastest at welterweight. That first step, he was able to get in and initiate. Go ahead.
But all I'm saying is
lying.
this is a 50-50 fight, guys. This is not no one-sided fight.
I say 60-40 at that point.
Right.
We'll see 50-50.
Can you guys hear me?
At the weigh-in.
Can you guys hear me? Testing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think these two dudes is like when it's no exaggeration when people saying the dudes that at the higher the food chain like this them like for real, both of them. And the one thing everybody ain't paying attention to, Terence Crawford or Errol Spence like to clinch. None of them. That's why everybody they not even looking at what this fight gonna be. This two dudes that gonna respect each other, but believe that they can hurt each other, believe that they got the better skill set, and they're gonna try things. And this gonna go to levels, man, that we ain't even see yet. Cause I really believe this ain't even no hate. Like it's more of Errol Spence fans and Terence Crawford fans hating each other more than these dudes hate each other. Like, but these dudes on a respect level and they know what time it is. So, like, whoever win this fight, like, I'm gonna say this. I'm a Errol Spence fan. I'm a diehard Errol Spence fan. No doubt. But the last time my feelings was into a fighter was when Roy Jones got knocked out by Tarver. And that's the last time I let my feelings.
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that fight up.
But you know what I mean, right? Right? That's the last time I let my feelings get into a fighter. So when I started following Errol Spence, I started looking at, and even back then I was saying, damn, this dude beating dudes, and I seen it. I'm like, he ain't even got to use too much to beat this dude. These dudes. Errol Spence don't even get credit for getting back on defense, being in niggas' face. They call him a bully and all this, but he don't get hit as clean, like, for being in somebody's face as much.
It's not that he don't use too much. It's that the skills he got are so refined. Why use any more? You know, it's like that. It's like the Bruce Lee shit. You see what I'm saying? He trained what he got so many times. It's his supreme weapon.
Right.
You guys mind if I pop in real quick?
I'm gonna say something that sounds a little bit crazy. Spence is a more defensive fighter than Crawford.
No,
Crawford is a more offensive fighter.
Yes,
That's
if you look at
if you really understand, you probably don't understand. I box too.
Yeah, because I do too. Bro.
I probably understand it. I understand stuff probably a little better than you do.
Nah, I know. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Wait, if you look it up,
you got casual eyes.
Let me finish before you start saying all of that stuff. If you look it up, it don't take my word for it. Just look it up. Terence Crawford is the least more hit welterweight right now in the division out of everybody.
Against who?
Everybody. Everybody.
Who he fought?
I feel where both of y'all coming from.
What huge offensive fighter has he fought?
You say what?
Bro, it's not even that. It's not even about that. It's not even about that.
Hold on. What top?
We talking about the least more hit fighter in the welterweight division.
We get that. I hear that, bro. But
he don't get hit more than everybody.
I'm just asking, but
I get what
like you said, there's levels to it, right? So what high output, huge offensive fighter has he faced at welterweight?
The same ones that Errol Spence fought, Kell Brook and Sean Porter.
Hold on. My response.
What are you
to that,
saying?
I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. My response to that is the same thing. Like you could say, like I heard one of your brothers talking about Amir Khan, right? It's all about timelines. It's all about timelines and context. Amir Khan, who beat Zab Judah, is not the Amir Khan who fought Terence Crawford. The Kell Brook who fought Terence Crawford is not the Kell Brook who fought Sean Porter, Triple G, or Errol Spence. So
we could say that
a lot of fighters
say that about a lot of Terence
a lot of
Crawford
fighters. What I'm saying is a lot of times fighters after losses they have parts of them taken out of them. If we look at Amir, if we look at Amir Khan, the fight before Terence Crawford, he was in a fight, a back and forth fight where he got dropped against Samuel Vargas, who's a journeyman. So
then
Brooke
didn't mean nothing when Spence fought him then.
All
So
opponents are
Brooke,
sandbags.
we can X out Brooke then. We can X out Brooke then.
Opponents are sandbags who already had their soul
We're
taken
gonna
by
X
their
Brooke
first
off
loss.
of Spence credit.
No,
we're gonna X Brooke off there.
Good brother who just said that about Kell Brook. I'm gonna ask you a question, right? When Errol Spence, when Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia, even though it was a one-sided fight, people stated that he moved up 2 weight classes. He didn't drop him or anything, right? Now we all know that Triple G was one of the biggest punchers in boxing and definitely the biggest puncher at the middleweight division. And Triple G never dropped Kell Brook. Triple G never had him hurt on his feet because everyone knew and his team knew that was a money grab, and they were not going to let their guy get destroyed and have no career after that fight. So as soon as he started to take real punishment, they threw in the towel. So that's completely different. That's completely different than a guy who took a beating and quit on his own against somebody. And then in his second fight at 154 against the guy Zephyr, the British announcers were stating that he needed to retire, that he was done because how bad he looked in that fight. People get years beat off of them in fights. It just happens.
So how does the argument help Brooke?
Well,
Brooke
I'm glad you said
situation?
that. Hold on, brother. I'm sorry. You can get it right back. I'm glad you said that because Terence Crawford did that to Felix Diaz. He did that to Yuriorkis Gamboa, and he did it to a slew other undefeated Olympians and all of that shit before they became Terence Crawford bait meat. So if you want to say all of that, then
I'm not negating.
We could.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you're incorrect about that because you're correct about it. The point is, what my point is that we're talking about fighters who were beaten and that was done to, and then fought Terence Crawford. So you would have to find. Hold on.
Okay, well, Amir Khan was on a 3-fight winning streak before he fought Terence Crawford.
Who did he fight? He fought Phil. He fought.
Doesn't matter. He was
not. He was on a 2-fight winning streak. He
See
fought
what they
3.
do, bro.
He fought. No, he was on 2. He fought Phil LaGreco, and then he fought Samuel Vargas. He beat Phil LaGreco in the first round. He blitzed him and knocked him out in the first round. And then in the very next fight, he was a knockout, drag-out fight that went to decision.
Well, Errol got Keith when he was under a loss and a detached retina.
Who you mean? You mean Brooke?
Triple G.
You mean Brooke?
Yeah, Brooke. We talking about him
again. I think, bro, you said you box, and I'm pretty sure you watch boxing because you seem to have really good knowledge. If you, as an honest boxer, went back and watched the Triple G fight, if you go against Kell Brook, if you go watch the highlights and you watch the Triple G fight, you will see that they threw in the towel before he took that type of damage.
I understand. They preserve
the mental gymnastics. The mental gymnastics is failing, my brother. The mental
that's due to the fact that Kell Brook went 2 weights up, though. We do understand that part.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We try hard. We try hard with the mental gymnastics doing flips to discredit a fighter who lost in a fight, and then Crawford fight him to say that he ain't really did that. Oh, that guy was. And then when we go to the other side, and then we point out an equally damaging scenario. Well, hold on. It's not that story. We're gonna change it. His is better because you know what I'm saying. So you can't do both of them.
Brother,
you pick and choose.
I know I'm not. All I'm stating is this, and I made this analogy before. Playing Michael Jordan 101 in 1992 and playing Michael Jordan in 2010 are two different things.
Don't do that.
It's two different things, bro. It's context and timing.
Why you gotta use Michael Jordan?
I'm just because I'm trying to take it out.
How does that help? So how does that help the Brooke? How does that help the Brooke versus Spence scenario to make Brooke better than what he was? When you use an example to try to discredit a fighter who had lost.
I'm not discrediting him. What I'm stating to you.
Well, what are we doing? What are we doing then?
Okay,
what are we doing?
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
Jesus.
So we're gonna look at the Kell Brook fight versus Triple G, and we talk about the Errol Spence fight. Did Kell Brook have huge? Did he have really good punch resistance in the Errol Spence fight? Did he take a lot of big shots before he quit?
Yep.
Okay. Did Kell Brook have good punch resistance in the Terence Crawford fight?
Hold on.
It's a question. It's just a question. It's just yes or no.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna answer this for you. Brother. I'm gonna answer this for you.
Hell
Because
no.
I see what you. I see. No. Hey. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just asking.
But you're going. Well, I'm gonna answer it, and you're gonna fail. Okay. Because here's the facts. Facts is, Kell Brook was broken up, had an injury, broken face, had to recover only 8 months to come down from 160 and still healing. You can't even spar. You can't even do hard sparring for about half of that.
Facts.
Just to be safe. You can't even do the actual training for half of that.
Right.
Versus,
listen,
hold on. I ain't finished.
Go ahead.
Versus you talking about punch resistance versus Kell Brook fighting 3 fights at 154, KOing 2 of the guys at 154, then fighting Crawford, taking 4 punches, going around and knocking 2 of the guys out. So his punch resistance must be pretty damn good. He got 3 fights. He got 3 fights in, and then he fought Crawford. So let's not. So kill that punch resistance. Kill the punch resistance thing.
First of all, you didn't make a good argument. You talked about what he did in terms of knocking guys out. We're talking about his punch resistance.
He had 3 fights at 154, brother. Yeah, but you're trying to kill. You're trying
to.
Come on now.
Pass the mic.
Let me answer the question.
That's the only reason I didn't get Kell Brook. That's the only reason I didn't get Terence Crawford that on credit over on Kell Brook. That's the only reason, because he was struggling to make the weight though before he went to Errol Spence fight. But even though he was undefeated at that time, and he didn't take that much damage inside that Triple G fight, and that's just the truth. When he fought Terence Crawford,
and you should know that as a boxer,
later though.
Right?
Yeah, but
you should know that.
Did Kell Brook's trainer say that he didn't have enough time to get ready for the fight, Dominic Ingle, and said that he wasn't even and said that it wasn't even gonna be a part of the Terence Crawford.
No excuses.
No, I'm just.
Kell Brook said he was in the best shape of his career. Kell Brook said he was in the best shape of his career. I don't care. Look, you can't reference what somebody else said. So you go off what somebody else said. So you can't just credit the fighter to credit somebody outside the fighter. Kill that.
Cumming McGinn said that he was in the best shape. And look, he's fainted.
You can't take the word of somebody. If you're gonna use the word of somebody to make a point, don't try to discredit a point, especially if it's coming from a fighter. If you're gonna use words and quotes, then another quote from the actual fighter supersedes that. If you don't want to use quote, we stick to the facts. You can't use a quote to make a point and then try to say another person speaking a point is not a point.
But if one makes sense and one don't,
what are you talking about? Makes sense. What are you talking about?
So I'll make it real simple, because you bring up the fact that after Kell Brook fought Triple G, his eye was busted, came up the loss and everything like that. So what is worse to go into a fight with? One surgically repaired eye or two surgically repaired eyes?
It depends. What's the timeline?
Don't do that.
No, hell no. Okay, so timeline don't matter in healing injuries. Timeline don't matter in healing injuries. Don't sound stupid. Don't try to make a point to be stupid now. Don't make a point to sound stupid. Timeline don't matter.
So hold on.
Okay, come on, please.
Hold on a second. So if timelines matter for you when it comes to healing injuries, then timelines have
not for me. Stop that, bro. It's not for me. Stop with stupid things. Stop. Healing time matters for all injuries. Don't do that. Don't say for me. Don't say for me.
Come on, broken bone.
Now the question is, you're correct about that. Now, if Errol Spence would have broke the same eye socket, then you'd have
Now we
a
understand.
question. Then you would say, yeah,
Is
the
this
time.
Kwame?
Yes, you would
Oh,
say
what's
that.
up, man?
What's going on, family? If Errol Spence broke the same eye socket, then we could say the timeline stuff matter, but he didn't break the same eye. Number one,
Broke the other.
he broke the other eye. Number two, Kell Brook, out of his own mouth, stated that after that fight happened, that he went into deep depression. He was drinking. We saw what
And look how big he got. Look how big he got after the Errol fight.
he got huge after that fight,
He
and
never went down to 47.
and even when he lost the fight to Errol Spence, if you listen to the post-fight interview, he stated that he can't fight no more at 147. 3.5 years before he fought, but he said he's going to 54, right? And then he had a tough time. Listen, what do they do with after the beating he took? You talk about he was on a 3-fight winning streak. Everyone knows that when a marquee fighter loses or takes a bad loss, they put him in there with people to get their confidence back. Everyone knows that. That's just real in boxing. Everyone knows that, right? And in his second fight against Zephyr, he looked so bad. He looked so bad in that fight. The announcer stated that he should retire against someone we don't even know. They stated he should retire. Then they put him in there with another cupcake, and then they put him in the WBC rankings to make him a mandatory for Jamel Charlo, and he dropped out of the WBC and stayed out the ring and waited to find any fight at 147. I mean, I'm not making this up. These are just what the facts are. This is not something I'm making up. So it's clear to see that the guy clearly wasn't the same fighter that he was back then. It's just a reality. And Bud did what he was supposed to do with a guy like that. He got the guy out of there. He washed him. He made him look horrible.
He was like that. Can we say he was like that after the Triple G fight too?
He wasn't like that.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
Yes, the fuck he was. Stop it, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you say he was that? Did you say he was like that in the first 6 rounds of the Errol Spence fight when people said Earl was losing?
Yeah, I said it was a matter of time.
Okay.
That's what I said. It's a matter of time. I can show you my betting receipt.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna say you didn't say it. If you said you said it, you said it.
But look,
Kwame,
this one thing I want to say. This one thing I want to say on that part. Like with Errol Spence, and I laugh at this all the time because I've been paying attention to like not Terence Crawford fans, the super, y'all know what I'm talking about, the fans that don't know no other boxer besides him.
Haters. They're not
okay, yeah, them. I always say this when I hear them all the time. Earl was a drunk. Earl was this and that. Don't you know at this time Errol Spence supposed to fight? The only person that didn't catch the so-called drunk Earl was Danny Garcia. And so would that make Sean Porter at that time the champion that fought a drunk?
Facts.
That was a drunk.
Earl wasn't knocking nobody out after that neither though.
Wait, Earl was been a drunk though. I'm talking before the accident.
But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything about his transgressions or anything that he do outside of the sport of boxing. I'm talking about what he do in the sport. And I'm not one of those fans. I'm looking at that man for who he is and what he is. He's a determined fighter. He's a pressure fighter, and he's a skill fighter. And I'm looking at what my guy got to go up against. So y'all all can say what y'all want to, but I know what I need my guy to do to beat him. That's all I'm looking at.
But do you really believe that Spence can't make Bud fight the same fight that he tried to make Ugas fight, besides but Ugas shelled up?
Of course I look at it like I just got to shit. But bro, I got Mr. Golden. Wait, but I automatically said to everybody that this is a 50-50 fight, meaning both guys have both abilities for both each other, meaning that they have throwback abilities. They can manipulate a fight because they can lure you into what they want to. Tank do that. They one of those kinds. So if they know how to do that and pressure you out or just drown you out, they know how to do that. So in this sequence of this fight, it's the best man may win for real. It's not about who's going to do this and who they fought and all of that shit, because July 29th is going to say something totally different. We're going to see skill sets.
Do you think Bud could make Errol Spence box all night? Make him.
Man, Errol finna smash this dude, man. Errol finna punish this nigga, man. Y'all talking about?
But do you think?
Both of them could
Do
do
you
the
think
same
Terence
thing.
Crawford? All right, but do you think Terence Crawford could make Errol Spence box all night?
Man, hell no.
That's why I said.
Let me answer that question. Let me answer that question.
I want to hear
it. No. Let me answer that question. You asked can he make him box?
Man, nigga too light in the ass, man.
It's not can he make him box? It's what is Spence mentality? What is Spence mentality gonna be once Crawford cracks his ass in the head? That will determine whether Spence tries to box or not.
I think
the way he gets cracked in the head. That's what determines.
One at a time.
But answer that question. But answer that question though.
In the reverse, answer that.
Answer that question. Do I think Spence can make Terence Crawford go on a dog fight all night? Yeah.
I've been on back pitch since I've been 14. I said, okay, I'm 40 now.
Bushido, are you there?
Somebody got to hit the mute, but there you go, brother.
Kwame and Bushido, are you guys there? May I please take 3 minutes and get a few
I don't know if you got
out.
3, but go ahead, cook.
Okay, this is you know how I get down. This is all I'm going to say. I agree with the brother who said it's closer or is a 50-50 fight. I have it 51-49. I'm surprised as a boxer myself. No one highlighted the point regarding the orthodox over the right hand jab, hook, counter, and pivot to the side that Terence Crawford could likely implement in a fight like that. Also, I'm shocked that I'm in here with other boxers and no one pointed out the fact that Errol Spence, when pushed back, usually doesn't offer resistance, but he has a sneaky jab pull counter that he does when he draws his opponent in off of the high guard that Terence Crawford is going to have to watch out for. Terence can negate that with the pivot, get around it again with the counter, draw him in with the right hand from orthodox. There's going to all I'm saying is this. I've seen Crawford do it before. I've seen Spence implement his stuff before. What it's really going to come down to is what guy has enough grit and dog in him. Because at some point, I'm a Terence Crawford fan, but I'd be stupid to not sit here and admit that at some point, that motherfucker is going to have to stand and fight. And in my opinion, this is where the resumes are going to tell the tale in terms of how hard does Crawford really hit per one punch. Now, I know what I believe from what I've seen, but when they sit down against one another in the pocket and he has nowhere to go and he can't get away from him and Spence doesn't get away from him, that's when this is why I agree with the brother about it being, even though I have it 51-49, I'm not going to go into all the reasonings because I know we got a lot of people in here who want to talk. But this is the fact that his resume in comparison to Errol's is lackluster and it's this close should tell everyone just how talented Terence really is. The fact that Keith Thurman was asked to take the fight and he said, I'm not interested in a Terence Crawford fight. They can entice me.
We can't go off what if fights would have happened. We can't go off that with like the fight that
I'm just saying. Look, brother.
I hate when people do that.
Listen, brother. This is what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm saying is there was just a lot of flack about his resume. Okay, there was. All right, regarding him fighting washed-up fighters. The fact that we haven't this close.
You mean Spence fighting washed-up fighters?
Oh God!
Look, look, brother. All right, listen.
That's gotta be who you're talking about. Crawford the one who got the undefeated champion. Crawford the one who got the undefeated champion. So you talking about Spence, right?
Damn. So you got two Crawford fans going at it.
I'm a Crawford fan. Listen, I only deal with facts, bro. I only deal with facts. I only deal with facts. The fact is, Crawford the only one who been being undefeated fighters. So if it's a questionable resume, we gotta be talking about Spence, brother. You didn't, brother. You wanted. You were so eager to talk. You didn't let me finish. What I was going to say is throughout his body of work, Gamboa, Prescott, Ricky Burns, etc., throughout his career, if you want to look at his entire body of work, we're good fighters. Okay. This is where we got to sit back and listen to one another and stop listening to respond, because I was going to get to all of that. But here's the thing. At 147, all I said is the rebuttals that are offered regarding his resume. I didn't give my opinion on it. What I simply said is that's the rhetoric that's being thrown around. And when they get in there, what's going to matter in the end when they clash is who can hurt who first. And in my humble opinion, from what I've seen, Terence Crawford, throughout his body of work, has landed less punches on his opponents and hurt them more severely. Now, when I say hurt more severely, it's subjective in terms of broken bones, etc. If you hit someone in the same spot repeatedly, you are going to do damage in terms of fractures, right? But being able to hit someone almost 30% less and spark them out on their feet, this is one of the reasons why I think Crawford has a slight edge in this fight. I'm not saying Spence doesn't hit hard too, and I'm not saying that overall Terence Crawford's resume is the worst in the world. What I'm saying is you practice, you play how you practice. And when they get in the ring with one another, we will see whether or not the stages that, and look, I'm going to be 100% honest. I posted the video that I did before the Sean Porter fight that I won $400 off of, predicting a 10th round knockout by a hybrid uppercut. It's in Uppercuts Boxing.
Me too. Me too.
Yep. You were the other one, bro. It was three of us. It was you, me, and someone else predicted that, right? I didn't predict it because Sean Porter was a shell of himself. I went off of his performance against Keith Thurman, one of his peak performances, and I took his style in that fight and I matched it to what Bud did well, what he didn't do well.
Just like Keith Thurman.
Yes.
I just got a question because someone posed a question about will Spence, how is Spence going to fight after he gets hit? I think the better question when watching boxing and watching both of these guys, the history of both of these guys is how is Terence Crawford going to respond after he gets hit?
I think that's a good question.
Because we saw when he
hold
got
multiple times.
Hold on.
Wait, let him finish.
Let me just finish. We saw how Terence Crawford responded when he got hit by Mean Machine. See, y'all talk about is Spence going to just be able to box? Spence is going to hit Crawford. Unless something crazy happens, he just get knocked out crazy. Spence going to hit Crawford. He going to hit him. And the question is, will Terence Crawford, because when Terence Crawford get hit, he want to step to you. And I'm trying to tell you guys, this fight is really going to come down to who's the most durable. Because punishment is going to get given out to both guys in this fight.
I agree.
And the question is going to come down to who is the most durable. And my personal opinion is this, is that Errol Spence is more durable. And I believe when it comes to Terence Crawford, when he gets hit, his body does different things that his mind wants to do.
It's like you do the worm a little bit.
Right. So my thing is just like Floyd against
That ain't no diss to Bud either.
Let me just say this. Just like Floyd against Mosley, when Floyd got hurt, because Floyd's in tip-top condition, he's able to recover. Terence Crawford is on that level with endurance and being in tip-top condition. He's able to recover. But my question is, when you have someone who's calculated like Spence as well, who's going to keep coming and keep hitting him, how is he going to respond?
He gonna break down. That's what
he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to leave his emotions at home. That's
well, I disagree. Wait.
He gonna break down, man.
You guys had your moment. You guys had your moment. I disagree, and I'll break it down how I will. When he get under pressure, excuse me, I didn't say anything.
Go ahead, brother. Go
ahead. No, my bad. I started laughing.
But when he get under pressure, just like Errol Spence Jr. get under pressure, a lot of fights that we seen them in contested moments. when they get in contested moments, they both react different. But Terence Crawford react in a way that I think that is dangerous for your fighter.
Okay.
See, he react in a way that's transgressional. He take the shots, but he transition it to his offense and show you that he's right on your ass. That's one of those fighters that you be like, say you rooting for a guy like any guy that you ever fought or rooted for in back in the day, and he losing the fight, and then he show that dog when he's exchanging. Terence Crawford is the supreme number one guy for that. We all can say that, but we can't take away from his. We can't take away his punch placement though. His punch placement is accurate, more accurate than Errol Spence Jr. Just check the numbers. I don't have to take my word for it.
Okay, look, you can be right.
So wait, let me finish. Let me finish. And on top of that, his accuracy in the punches, but his feet movement get him out of the range of a Errol Spence when you're talking about that pressure to get out of that type of shit, because he does have great foot movement. You never seen a fighter other than Sean Porter with good foot movement other than Terence Crawford that he's about to face. So and he was dealt with everything under the sun against Sean Porter. So imagine what he's going to go through against a fighter that calculate everything he's doing. On top of that, he never faced that either. And he's dialing you in every single punch you throw. It's going to be an interesting fight, fellas, but I'm not going to one-side anybody.
I'm not.
What everybody is doing is one-siding somebody.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
I'm one-siding it. Shit, I'm one-sided.
Well, I like to bet you. I like to bet you.
No, you don't want to bet me. You don't want to bet me. Hey man, listen. Hey, but for real, we could bet. Hey, Dig, we could bet. Hey, I commend you on that. But dig this, man. I heard y'all cooking earlier, man, about that resume and all that shit, right? And so here's what the truth is, man. Like, Crawford has been really match made well. That's what's happened. You feel me? Now hold on. Now dig. Now I'll say like this. Let's say you look at Danny Garcia, who fought some reputable people at 140. You feel me? He fought some real killers down there. But what did he do when he stepped up to the welterweight division? Man, he stepped up and he fought some real killers at the welterweight division. That's why he lost. You feel me? That's why he took those losses. With Crawford, when he got to welterweight division, he kept fighting guys that he should beat. You feel me?
The champion, bro.
First fight undefeated champion. First fight undefeated champion.
Listen, he fought one champion. He won. Hey, listen, man. He fought one champion. He got a WBO belt from a goddamn school teacher, from a substitute. Fuck a school teacher. From a substitute.
He beat Pacquiao. He beat Pacquiao. He beat the man. He beat the man.
And guess what? Errol fought the man who really beat Pacquiao for real. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on.
4 years later.
No, it's real. But what? Hold on. But here's the difference. Pardon me?
Horn didn't have. That man had 4 losses too.
And hold on. Out of the four losses, 3 of them were split decisions, meaning they were close fights. Correct? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah, I give you that.
Okay, all right.
Got 4 losses though, right?
Okay, he got 4 losses. Right? He got four controversial losses.
Talk about soft touches. Talk about soft touches.
How many fucking losses did Pacquiao have before he fought Horn? Since y'all want to give Horn credit.
Okay. Well, he had more losses when he fought Ugas.
Answer that.
Yeah, he had more losses than Ugas had.
So you know.
Well,
so y'all want to give Horn all this credit for beating Pacquiao. There it is.
Don't say it don't matter.
He still beat Keith Thurman.
Hey, listen, this what's gonna happen, man. This what's gonna happen. Whoever it was who said they want to bet me some bread, we gonna do that. You understand? Just make it light on yourself.
That's
as far as all this other talk, man, listen.
You gonna catch an L.
Listen. Hey, listen, man. Come July the 29th, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. You got one fighter who's accustomed to throwing like 80 punches around. That's gonna go in there with a guy who wants to try to compute some shit. You dig what I'm saying?
That shit gonna go down. That punch rate gonna go down.
Hey, y'all
It's
saying
gonna go
the same
down.
thing about Floyd Mayweather.
Did he say it's gonna go down?
That punch output is gonna go down.
What's your proof in that? Where's your proof in that, man? What even makes you say that?
What are you talking about?
It's gonna go down because he ain't gonna be able to throw them punches without getting hurt.
Why not?
He gonna be calculated. He gonna be much more. He's gonna turn to Sean. He's gonna turn to Sean Porter. He's gonna turn into Sean Porter.
Let me get him right quick. No, I know.
He's gonna turn into Sean Porter.
Totally different styles, man.
I'm good at it.
Exactly.
Let me get you.
Go ahead.
You know how it could change everything? Just in this fight that we just seen with this heavyweight versus another heavyweight. Jared Anderson versus Charles Martin. Prince Charles Martin, I might add. Now, his punch placement and his punch output is over 67 punches around. That's outstanding for a heavyweight. But did he do that against a boxer that know how to have range and keep him off him? No, he didn't. Did he? Did he? Did he?
Those guys.
Okay, but hold on. Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
That's what you're talking about, though.
Let me answer that.
It changes. It changes with the fighter, bro.
Neither one
they don't fight the same.
Man, I got another one. Kelly Pavlik, Bernard Hopkins. They was paying Kelly Pavlik for the punch output. Oh, he throw 70, 80 punches around. That shit went down. Bernard Hopkins made him put the shit in his pocket.
Facts.
You got look, hey.
Now, look, that sounds good.
I didn't know Kelly Pavlik and Sean Porter and Earl Spence fought the same.
Oh,
right, exactly. They don't fight the same.
Fundora last fight. Did he have the same output against his opponent that he just had? No, he didn't.
Listen, man, we talking about Earl Spence, man. What are y'all talking about?
Y'all making a huge mistake going off a resume, man.
Y'all argue for emotions. Y'all don't understand matchups. Y'all don't actually understand style matchups. Y'all really don't.
Right. And then, and tell me who was he going to expect with Terence Crawford? Now you got to think about this too. When with Mean Machine, that's what they call it. When Mean Machine caught. Now this is look. First of all, I want to say this though. Look, I want to say this though. I do want to say this. We don't know how much weight Terence Crawford was getting down to, and this one thing I do agree with. When he got hurt by Gamboa, I think his punch resistance that's why he didn't stay there that long. You feel me? So I don't even go crazy about when he got hurt there, because that could have been just like he was just too big for that weight class. That's how I'm looking at that. But when Terence Crawford be showing all this extra dog, like he know. See, you gotta think about this. The poker face ain't gonna play with Earl Spence. So if he get hurt by Errol Spence don't care if he show it or not. Errol Spence believe in his power. He know what his punch is doing if they land. So when he got hit by a Mean Machine, Terence Crawford knew, even if he was hurt to the T, and we seen him when he tried to take a step, Terence Crawford's legs was a little bit out of it, but he put the poker face on, and guess who believed it?
The problem is Spence do not have. The problem is Spence do not have a Mean Machine level punch, bro. Mean Machine one punch power is above Spence, bro.
Man, look,
Spence do not have. You comparing him to a power puncher that boxes people with one punch. Spence is not that guy. Spence is not that guy. Spence is not that guy, bro.
That sounds like hate, though. Bro, that really sound like hate.
Who Mean Machine fought?
Exactly.
Who Mean Machine? Hold on. Mean Machine. Hold on.
Wait.
Let me say this.
Have you been hit by Mean Machine and Spence?
Oh. Well, that's why it's
I mean,
them.
that's an obvious question. Nobody on here has been hit by them.
I mean,
I'm
bro,
saying, so how
let's
can he
be
make that
Mean Machine,
determination though?
because
If
Mean
you've never
Machine
been hit
is
by both of
dropping
them,
shit.
you can't.
He'll drop your ass in a second. Do not
That's
play
why
with
it's
Mean
them.
Hey, you
Machine
know what?
and
You know
gas.
what? You know what?
Don't
I
play
can
like that.
I can kind of
Ask
agree with
Bert.
that.
Ask
I
Bert.
can agree with Mean Machine knock some motherfuckers out like David Avenesian, who Crawford decided to fucking fight later on. Yeah, I agree.
Who else?
He dropped Virgil Ortiz.
He beat the old ass Shane Mosley. Yup, you're right. Go ahead.
You ignoring that part, huh? He dropped
Ortiz?
the young. Yeah, he dropped the young stud. Yes, he did.
He didn't drop Virgil Ortiz.
No, he didn't drop him.
Bro,
He caught him with a good shot, and Virgil Ortiz coming with a hook in middle.
Well, it was the same thing. He
Virgil
dropped him. They didn't call it.
with a hook.
Yo,
Virgil Ortiz was coming with a hook.
Did they count it as a drop, fellas?
I'm not even a Spence fan.
Nope.
I'm not even a Spence fan, but you can't make that determination, being that
Right.
there's more aspects of power. There's more aspects than just power punching to get the knockdowns. I've seen Spence one punch knock out somebody before. That doesn't mean he have more power than the next man.
Right.
You can't say that Mean Machine got way more power than Spence.
Journeyman, you ain't seen him one punch knock down no B+ fighter.
I seen your Dennis Ugas knock out Ray Robinson.
One punch.
I seen
with one overhand right.
I'm talking about Spence. I'm talking about Spence.
Bro, you gotta allow the man to answer the question.
Let him finish.
I saw Ray Robinson get knocked out by Ugas, and I seen Amanda Stanionis go life and death with him. So don't tell me about power, bro. That's all I'm saying.
They praying that Crawford hit him with a lucky punch. That shit ain't gonna happen.
So if that's the case, then we can X off Spence power advantage to Crawford, or the supposed power advantage that Spence supposed to have. If you're gonna say that, then that don't matter. Then why are we saying that?
Because we seen Spence go life or death with Porter and then get stopped by Bud.
There are more. There's more aspects.
Come on, man. Y'all can't be moving the goalpost when y'all be making this stuff up, man. Y'all can't be moving that goalpost, bro.
There are more aspects of knocking somebody out than just punching power, yo. Y'all know boxing.
That's true. That's true. All I'm saying
on the basis of punching power that you got to look at.
But you can't determine that. You can't determine that Mean Machine. You can't determine that Mean Machine punch harder.
No, but this is the argument that somebody's saying. So I could use an example, and you can't tell me that I can't use that example because he actually did it.
Man.
But y'all talking about punching power. Okay, let me ask you this. Hold on. Punching power. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, man. Who had more punching power, man? Foreman or Ali? What y'all think?
Foreman.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Mike Tyson or Evander Holyfield?
Mike Tyson.
Julio Cesar Chavez over Pernell Whitaker. Who had more punching power? What y'all think?
Chavez.
All right, man. There it is.
Who got knocked out?
What we talking about?
Here you go.
Exactly.
Thank you. And look, and this another thing I say.
Thank you.
I think Terence Crawford got and this some real. I think everybody agree with it. Terence Crawford got more of a one knockout punch power type than Errol Spence, but I think Errol Spence could take a snap like that type of punch. The thing about with Terence Crawford, wait. I just think that the thing with Terence Crawford that I think Earl Smith got that thudding power. You know that power that somebody get hit and they get stuck in mid-air. I think Earl Smith could freeze them, and that's why
Terence
I think Earl
Crawford has great timing, yo. He times his shots just right.
He's more of a snap, though.
He has great punch variation when he gets you hurt. Them punches come from the weirdest fucking angles.
Yeah.
Yo, he look like the wacky inflatable arm man. When he gets you hurt, that shit just be going 100 miles an hour.
That's Terence Crawford.
Yo, but you know what shot can catch Earl Spence though, and I see Terence Crawford do this a lot though. The shot that really can, I mean, and if Earl Spence eat this, I'm going to be screaming in my house saying that Earl Spence about to finish him. But if Terence Crawford catch Earl Spence with that uppercut, that weird little angle shit that he be doing to the side.
You talking about the hybrid hook uppercut? Yeah, he can catch it with that because Earl Spence falls in on a lot of his shots,
Yeah.
especially his straight lefts.
Now, if Terence Crawford catch Earl Spence with that, and then Earl Spence give me that little creepy smile that he gave Lamont Peterson. Now, if he do that, I cut my TV off and say, because I know what's coming after that. Because Terence Crawford, best chance is going to be at least a one shot that's going to stunt Earl, and then he's going to try to finish. Terence Crawford ain't got that. I don't think he got that skill set to come in and say bang, 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 bang. That shit look good, but he missed every last one of those when he goes.
I said the same thing.
I'm just saying.
Every fight.
Terence Crawford.
Nobody's not saying that. Y'all taking it too far.
All I'm saying, Terence, to me, I'll be honest. Terence Crawford, to me, have a puncher's chance, and it's exactly what that brother just explained. If Terence Crawford has to hit Errol Spence and hurt him, and go in there and finish it. If Terence Crawford can hit, because Earl get hit in between punches. If Terence Crawford can hit Errol Spence and Errol Spence gets visibly hurt, Errol Spence is gonna have a bad night.
Bro, let me finish.
Go ahead. Both of them can have a bad night though.
But if Terence Crawford hits Errol Spence clean, like I seen Kell Brook hit Earl Spence on the button, on the chin, on the jaw. If Terence Crawford hit him like that and Errol Spence don't go nowhere, Terence Crawford gonna take a really bad beat. And I'm trying to tell you guys,
y'all just talk about imaginary stuff.
It's not imaginary.
Y'all say stuff out of fairy tale. Y'all just infer. If he hit him in the chin and he don't go nowhere,
act like that if you want.
No, we talk about stuff that actually happened.
Porter had Spence going backwards, brother. Porter had Spence. Come on, man. Y'all say some ridiculous stuff. Y'all say some goofy stuff. Porter had Spence going backwards. Come on,
hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna respond to what you just said. Now, again, what I'm saying, because I want to be clear on what I'm saying. That I want you to understand. I'm stating that we see Errol Spence, like against Ugas, he got hit with that hook when the mouthpiece came out. He got hit with a couple punches in between punches from Ugas, and it happens with Porter. I see that when we look at
37.
Well, let me finish. Bro.
Wait, finish. Let him finish.
Let me finish. When we look at Errol Spence's defense overall, that is what keeps his defense from being like elite defense, is that he gets hit in between punches sometimes, and for the most part, as we've seen, he has the chin to withstand the punches he's been taking in between punches, and he continues to press forward. I'm saying is, Terence Crawford has great timing. He is a guy who can do that. If there's anybody in boxing who can hit you in between punches, it's Terence Crawford. I'm just keeping it 100, right? There's a couple others, but in this fight, Terence Crawford, we know he could do that. What I'm just stating to you is that if Terence Crawford hits Errol Spence in between punches and say he hit him with clean shit, and Errol Spence does not go anywhere, Terence Crawford, I'm trying to tell you, Terence Crawford physically, he cannot, his body, this is a guy who just moved up 35, 40, 47.
5 years, brother. 5 years, brother. Come on, bro. 5 years.
Just let me finish.
Listen to what he's saying.
Just let me finish, brother. I'm about to land the plane
now. Just listen to him.
What I'm stating is that he's physically and biologically a human being smaller than Errol Spence. And what we've seen from guys who, the Chris Algieri's we talked about, all the guys we said that were moving up from 140, those guys cannot take the punishment and the pressure Errol Spence put on their body. They can't take it.
Some of them was some of them was knocking dudes out.
Hey, Kwame, you know one thing that you forgetting though is more aspects to this fight than just can Errol Spence break Terence Crawford down. The first battle is going to be the battle of lead hand control, right? Mm-hmm. Can Terence Crawford take away Errol Spence's jab, right? Because the jab sets up everything else. If you can take away Errol Spence's jab, then Errol Spence cannot control distance to get to the body, right? Second, can Terence Crawford legs hold up for 12? Can he move and be elusive against Errol Spence for 12 rounds? Third, can he hurt Errol Spence in between those shots? Errol Spence has, crazy pace but he's going to give you plenty of opportunities to punch in between his punches. Can he hurt it? Right. So those three things are the key to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford.
Now, YSM, what I'm going to say to you, hold on, let me just say this. To your number one point, YSM, I disagree with that respectfully, because you said when Errol Spence jab is taken away, he's not able to find a way inside. And if we take a look at the
I said that's the key to him. That's the key to him doing everything. If Errol Spence, listen, go back and watch the tape. If Errol Spence misses with his jab, he has to reset. His jab is predicated on either hitting you or touching your glove. That activates every other combination. If he misses with the jab, he has no other recourse. He has to reset and do it all over again.
That's what Lomachenko. But wait, let me please, brothers. Go ahead. Share the mic. Let's share.
Go ahead. My bad.
I just want to address YSM and compliment you both for understanding that it is position fighting in the first 3 rounds. They have to figure each other out to establish ring generalship. That's how you do that. As a fighter, anybody on this panel that fought in the ring should know that you got to figure them out in order to dictate what you want to do in prior rounds. So the better version of any one of those guys, I'm not saying that, that's why I'm saying it's a 50-50 fight, because the better version of the understander with the attributes that's led to their abilities will win the fight, due to the fact that they will figure the other guy out. That's all it's about in this fight. It's not about who's better, who fought who, and all of that shit. It doesn't got more power. It doesn't matter about none of that. It's about who figure who out and be able to dictate that pace in that fight, round by round, consistently, like Floyd would do, like a Ward would do, like a Whitaker would do, like a Hoyer would do, like all of these guys, or Canelo would do. These guys know how to dictate their paces in fights, and we got 2 guys that know how to dictate their paces in fights, and that's what makes it a great fight.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Read the super chat. Salute to Johnny Boy for the super chat. He says, "All I know is I saw Benavidez hurt Bud to the body." Salute.
Man, that was one shot. That wasn't even a crazy ass body shot.
Salute to D Lucky for the super chat. He says, "Bud is a known puncher, and they are banking on him not being able to hurt Spence. What if Spence doesn't see those counters? It's night." Salute to my boy D Lucky for the super chat.
Let me ask a question real quick, because my man brought up, excuse me, he brought up Mayweather, right? So one of the guys was talking about Mayweather, you feel me? But my thing is this: which fighters did Mayweather have the most problems with? And also it looked as if he may have lost those fights.
You got a point. You got a point. I see what you're saying.
Crawford not Mayweather. Crawford is not Mayweather. Let me say something that's also fact that you can fact check it. Crawford actually fights the best against pressure fight. I know he was going with Floyd Mayweather, but they're not the same fighter. Y'all love to say that, and y'all right. They're not, because Crawford is a more offensive fighter. Offensive-minded fighter, I say that. And the pressure fighters, there are a lot of fighters who love the pressure. If you go through Crawford's career, he's had a lot of guys try to use the pressure fighter tactic. He sparked all their asses out.
But you know another reason why I picked Errol Spence too? Because even in the middle of the exchanging, or even in the middle of the pressure, jabbing them down, all that, Errol Spence always thinking defense. Terence Crawford, when he offense, he offense. When he defense, he defense. I never seen Terence Crawford do nothing in the middle of somebody coming at him.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Look at the Yorioka Gamboa fight. That is not true.
Earl Spence has great defense on the outside.
Look at the Felix Diaz fight.
Hold on.
You still talking about Crawford fighting smaller guys.
Earl Spence has great defense on the outer perimeter. That's where he has. That's where. Hold on. Let me get the thoughts across. Earl Spence has better defense on the outside because I say in my eyes, Spence is more defensive minded. I didn't say he has better defense. It's just different. Somebody misconstrued my point I said earlier. I think let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
Damn. Okay. So on the outside, Spence is very defensive minded, and I think in those instances he is more defensive. On the inside, however, Earl Spence is very defensively irresponsible, and that's when he gets hit. He gets hit more with guys because he's used to guys just shutting up. He's not really preparing himself, or he isn't mentally going to the mindset of having defense and offense once he is in on the inside. That's what makes him successful. That's why Ugas was having success. Ugas wasn't throwing that many punches, but when he threw, he touched him.
Yeah. Not all the time. Tell y'all going back. I think like
in the row in the first round to the body.
I think like 1-2 good sequence that Ugas when he was swinging. I think Earl slipping a lot of shots on that inside.
Man, you were Earl you see.
See, there you go. Look.
Why you gotta do that, yo?
Wait, because I think man, I don't even know what that means. But look, when people say stuff like that, it tell me a lot. You not all about boxing. You just and look, and I ain't about to be disrespectful or nothing. I respect the family and everybody.
I do understand what you're saying, brother. I do understand.
It's times in that fight that Ugas really thought he was going. The main thing Ugas did land a lot was some nice down the middle. That same down the middle body shot, the first shot that he caught Ocampo with, that first one, Ugas was landing a lot of those strong ones on the inside on Earl. But I'm talking about besides that little moment that he had, Ugas was not landing shots on Earl like that in that middle. Earl was, you gotta look at his body.
Was not throwing shots,
Can we say gas? This is the same thing I'm talking about. Please listen to me right quick. No. Listen to me. The same thing that I've been saying from the get-go is what I'm talking about with these fighters. They are manipulative fighters. So if he lure Ugas into wanting to stand in there and try to get him out of there or try to test him, then he made him do that. And he did that, and he got his ass out of there because he was willing to have that confidence. He lured him into a false pretense of confidence and lured him into what the danger zone, just like Terence Crawford does. And bro, this is a great fight, man. This is not Earl gonna watch Bud or Bud gonna watch Earl. It ain't none of that, man. This is a great fucking fight, man.
Bro,
because it's gonna go down to who have the better adjustments and the better. Well, not. I ain't calling you nothing, bro. I'm calling you a boxer.
No. Because sometimes I really be laughing at dudes because I don't even know where that come from. Like, where all that? I'm talking even when
after this fight is over. After this fight is over, you gonna still be talking boxing. He gonna still be talking boxing. So it ain't nothing about these fighters, man. We just analyzing the fight.
Hold on. Salute to my boy, Obsidian Lion Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, "Let's be honest, fellas. Errol been on a too long of a layoff. Have you seen him? Crawford's already close to fight weight. Hashtag you are next Kumite time. Salute to you, bro."
I believe when the funny thing about Earl is he's a dude, he's a dude that his style isn't really affected by ring rush because it's not really a timing based style. So like when you're a dude that throws a lot of jabs and then lands body work, that's not really a timing style. Like Terence Crawford.
Well, that guy gotta be in front of you.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's not affected by ring rust. Him being able to cut the ring off, that's not none of those things that Earl does is really affected by being out the ring long. Crawford's style would be affected more because it's based off of timing and rhythm.
Yeah, that's right.
I disagree with that because the fresher fighter is more active. The more active fighter is more aware of the sequences versus the non-active fighter. If you ever tried to get back in the ring after 6 months and then go and test the waters, you will still know that it's an adjustment that you have to make and you have to get with the
I
program.
didn't say that ring rust doesn't affect you. I said his style is least affected by ring rust. Because
it does affect you, especially at his age right now. This is the age.
I said it least affect you. I said it least affect you.
Yeah. Okay.
Least effective. What you call it? And Crawford is effective, bro. You gonna get knocked out quick.
No, I agree. I understand what he's saying. Because
but here's the thing.
Understand.
Here's the thing, man. Who do we think want this fight more? Want to win more?
Both of them.
I think both of them. Yeah, I think both of them.
I gotta say 50-50. I think they both been wanting it. I think it was just the fans making this shit like crazy.
Yeah,
on the interview with Brian Custer, Spence made a comment saying when they was talking about Brian Custer said, "Well, Spence, you promised him you were gonna have this fight," and he was talking about Bud, and he said, "No. I want to make a point. I made a promise to the fans that I was gonna fight him." And
but he gonna bring his all. He gonna bring his all.
Well,
he's not coming to fold.
I understand. I'm just making a point. Spence is tired of the criticism from the fans.
I think the easiest way to see who like if we were gonna say maybe someone wants it a little more, because I believe both of them want to fight. I think that's true. But I would have to say Spence, because Spence openly came out and said he gave up money.
Extra money, yeah.
He gave up money.
And he didn't have another route.
That's not the context.
Let me say something.
Kwame, that's not the context. He's asking that question.
Man, he would have never been. What I'm saying, he would have been under the bus if he didn't take this fight, bro. Get out of here, man.
I don't know.
His fans was turning against him at that time.
I don't think so, because
he said he did it for the fans, right?
Because I think Terence Crawford did take the fight with Avenesian, so it's not like the fight was gonna. Let me just say something, because if we go through the past of these fighters themselves speaking, Terence Crawford is the one who has consistently said the fight was not going to happen. He didn't really need the fight. These are his own words.
But he's not. Hey,
what I'm saying,
I understand. Let me be the person that represents Terence Crawford right now. Excuse me, gentlemen.
No. As soon as I said it, you guys started talking over me. As soon as I said it, so let me just land the plane.
But he didn't say it in that context.
Let me just land the plane. So
he didn't say it in that context.
If we're stating, right? I remember when Sean Porter had him on the Porter Way podcast, and Sean Porter said, sometimes there's a fight, or there's a fighter that make you just say,
"We got
like,
the fight now, bro."
You get up for this fight. And Sean Porter said Spence was like that, and he said for him Keith Thurman was like that. He asked Terence Crawford,
"Bro, what are we talking about, though?"
Bro,
they fighting.
Bro, brother, you gotta have respect. Brother, you gotta have respect for other people's opinions. Everyone doesn't think like you, and everyone doesn't talk like you. So you have to have respect for other people's opinions. It's an open panel. If you don't get it, then just don't get it.
Y'all two niggas keep talking.
No. I let y'all guys talk for a long time. I just want to understand what I'm saying. It just keeps getting what I'm saying is, when you ask a question like who wants it more, and you have a fighter who stated he don't need the fight, and he didn't really get up for the fight like that, and it doesn't matter if he fights him or not. Then if you match that against someone who gives up his own money to help make the fight, you would have to say the other person who gave up his own money would slightly want to have the fight,
or the person who left his company.
Hey yo, but
the person who left his company that was guaranteeing him $4 million per fight.
He still fought, and his
person who left his company guaranteed $4 million per fight, bro.
Very next fight that he fought.
Cheeto,
crazy, man.
You just talk.
Go ahead, YC. Go ahead.
Bro, he wasn't saying that to you in that context. It wasn't about negotiations. It wasn't about the business. He asked, who do you think wants it more? I'm talking about in the ring, Who do you think in training camp? Who wants this? Who wants to win this fight? Not who wants to have the fight. Who wants it more is a terminology based on who will do whatever to win this fight. Go.
Hey, hold on. Let me read the super chat. Salute D Lucky for the super chat. He says, if Spence was confident, the bet will still be on.
See, look, that go back to what Errol Spence said. Why the bet wasn't on
welfare
that?
and a bet. I mean, it's just.
But wait, but look, that go back to what Errol Spence said. If that makes sense, no, but if that makes sense, then they're gonna go back to what Errol Spence said. When Errol Spence said the reason why because somebody asked Errol Spence that in the media and asked him about why is the bet still on, and what Errol Spence reply was. So that didn't make sense.
He said he already gave him that money.
He said he gave him the money. That's like that's like you give me a loan.
Yeah.
That's like you give me a loan. I want to bet you with the money.
No, y'all
Earl made it clear that he put more money on it.
Hey,
Earl made it clear that he put more money up for Terence Crawford. Not probably out of his pocket. He talked them into giving Terence Crawford more money. So that's clear.
All right, let me put a simulation out there, gentlemen. Say I got my own tow trucking company, right? I signed a tow trucking contract with AAA. Now, AAA tell me that they're gonna give me $350,000 in that year. Then I get a private contractor to do the job for me for $150,000. Now, you mean to tell me that they're gonna say, no, AAA said this, so we gotta give you this? No, it don't work like that. So what he actually did was made a fight on good merit because he had to do that shit because he have the other belt, by the way, and you claim to be the ASAT and you got the brand and everything behind you. So in order to make the fight with the fighter that's wanting his worth, then you have to do everything that's due diligent. Because if we calculate everything that everybody did, then this man deserved that and more. He should be the ASAT, actually. If we talking about
hell no, you just killed your whole argument.
But you know what make it look bad? This will make it look bad because Errol Spence. Look, why did it have to happen at the time when Errol Spence said this years ago? What was the plan? Terence Crawford was there.
Oh my!
So Terence Crawford know what the plan was. No matter. Wait. I'm talking about no matter what nobody say. Errol Spence said the plan. We all knew the plan was. Errol Spence got that done, and then Terence Crawford still put it on halt until the West Coast. So they did. That's what made it look bad. It wasn't about him taking another fight.
Shout out to Errol Spence Jr. for making sure it happened.
Hey, hold on. Salute to the City and Line Code Keeper for the super chat. He says, YSM, stop the cap. Spence will definitely have ring rust. Crawford is gonna feel Spence out, then send him to the shadow.
Can I reply to that?
He gonna catch the motherfucking virus.
Go ahead,
That's a fact.
The thing that bothers me is people don't even listen. I said Spence's style is least affected by ring rust because of these certain things. I didn't say he won't be affected by ring rust. I said his style is least affected by ring rust.
Yep.
You gotta listen.
Why would you come in the ring?
All that downloading and shit sound good.
Why would you come in the ring?
Who would it be? Who would this fight be a bigger win for out of each? Who do you
He's
think?
still striking you while he downloading.
It'll be bigger for Errol because Errol trying to do something Bud already done.
No, let's keep this in mind. Let's keep this in mind, gentlemen. He's still beating your ass while he downloading you. Don't think that he not doing nothing while he downloading you. He's still
beating that virus. This is a bigger fight.
Download on a slow computer. That shit can fuck up.
It ain't no slow computer. Ask anybody. He been pound for pound for a reason.
Why is
it's like 50-50.
Hey, wait.
It's like 50-50 on. It's like
he asked me a question.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a bigger fight for Terence Crawford because it'll be, first off, people look at Bud's resume as lack thereof. Secondly, he'll be the first two Division 4 belt undisputed champion. So that's it's a bigger fight for him.
But why is him? Can you look at it like this too? Like we can't even downplay that accident though. Like for real, we really can't. And that's real. Like we can't. I don't care how anybody. We can't downplay that Errol Spence was really in that accident and stay the course though. And stay the course of what he said he was doing.
Yo,
and then, so
we
can't
count out that he'll be 3-time
No,
champion.
I'm not making no big deal. I'm just saying like that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing nobody. I'm just saying that's a lot to take in. This dude really had a life
that is subjective,
stayed the course. But so you trying to say
that's subjective. A 2-time
he had that
belt. Yeah, but
I don't think he's comparing it to YSF. He's not comparing.
He's debating. He's debating. No, to me, it's not simply because Terence Crawford has an opportunity to do something that's never been done. He'll be the first to do it.
Well, why you think you? Right. Well, they never had a four belt welterweight champion.
He would be the first one to
say what he's going to do and do it.
Yeah. But look, I think it's bigger for Errol because Bud's already a bona fide Hall of Famer. This was cement Errol's legacy.
Good point, man.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish. This was cement Errol's legacy for saying to be undisputed because he's only been in one division. That's what people knock against Errol. He only fought in one division. He better be. He only got 3 titles. Well, how many belts Bud got? Bud got 3 divisions.
And he always hear that. Pound for pound title in the world too.
He has to get. Hold on, bro.
Billy, that's cap, bro. Errol Spence is a Hall of Famer. Stop it, Billy.
No. Some people say he's not. Some people say he needs.
You know he's going to get in. I know he's going to get in. Stop.
Yeah, he's going to get in.
I'm not talking about you, bro. But I'm saying it's for Errol to lose to a smaller guy, somebody that we said started at 35 and get made history on. It's huge for Errol Spence to win this fight, bro.
Wait,
he's not gonna win.
Because I don't want nobody saying like, because I heard a lot of people say, oh, I'm already saying that. Well, they never said it direct, but you can hear it coming. Like they're gonna say Errol, Terence Crawford was the smaller guy anyway, so Terence Crawford had to be great. But I heard people say stuff like similar to that.
Bro,
so
not that much
I just don't know why I'm trying to run with that.
I
know I ain't never say nobody said that directly. I'm just saying, but I heard people really basically said like they ain't say them exact words.
I haven't heard any Crawford fans say anything like that.
They say
I've been on multiple like channels. I ain't heard no Crawford fans bring up none of that. None of them.
No,
they're gonna bring that shit up after the 29th.
Hey, hold on. I never said it. Hold on. Salute to City and Line Cokeeper for the super chat. He says, I'm back. YSM stop the cap. Errol gonna get caught lunging in like he always does. And that 1-inch punch gonna clap Errol. # Gooch Grease.
Hey yo, keep sending the super chats if you want to.
I understand what you're saying about that. I understand what you're saying about the accident. Because no one's saying anything about the accident being an excuse. We're just stating from a person's life. Like people will be able to go back and see for this guy to go through that and still continue on the path of being undisputed through all that. That's big. Listen, I'm a fat nigga. It's hard for a nigga just to lose weight. In life, it's hard for a lot of niggas to do a lot of stuff and to come back from seeing those pictures of him in the hospital to come back from that. We see how
I gotta give Spence credit for that.
That's big, man. You just as a human being, you have to salute that.
Drunk driving. I ain't giving that nigga credit for nothing.
That shit sounds stupid, man.
Hey, but look, we be on for about a little 7 minutes. We're going to talk about this for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to ask you guys' thoughts on the more recent news, the Canelo, Jamel fight, and other shit. But, yeah, go ahead.
Them Texas Road Runners, boy, I tell you.
Canelo, Jamel, man, what do we think about that, man? What are y'all thoughts on that fight?
Duck move. Who ducks?
I don't like it. I don't like it for... to be honest, I think it's an interesting fight for a couple of reasons. The fact that Canelo has been, to me, he's been digressing. Like he's on the downside of his career, and that's obvious. And then Mel is young and hungry, but I just feel like Canelo, with his experience and his style, Canelo. I mean, fuck what you say about Canelo, he can fight at the end of the day.
Aren't they the same age?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Actually.
but he got more.
They
Yeah,
the
but he
same
got.
age.
But Canelo have
They the
more.
same
Like
age.
Canelo. Yeah, but Canelo have way more miles on him. If you look
Yeah,
at
but you said
Canelo.
younger. You said Mel is young
Right.
and hungry. That's not.
Right.
Bro, they
Well,
same
Nah,
age.
Mel too much
maybe I
older than
mean that.
Canelo.
Maybe I mean that. Look, with the way my mind processed it wasn't age because I was
Younger
just
in
thinking.
boxing.
Hold on.
Younger in
Yeah, I
boxing.
was thinking in boxing because I mean, this
These
guy
dudes
had
are
wars with
street
Triple G. You see the
hypocrites,
fights with
bro.
Trout. I mean, Floyd. You see Bivol. You know, we're seeing Canelo Alvarez on a decline. And I just think that's just due to mileage. I mean, it just is what it is. He been professional for a long fucking time, longer than
Yeah,
Charlo.
but
So
also Mel's had a decorated amateur career, so
yeah,
people don't look at the amateurs.
he has,
Yeah,
but Mel was never considered a pound for pound
So,
fighter until he became undisputed. When Canelo was
but that
considered a pound for pound fighter before he ever became undisputed. So I think the matchup of experience is good. I also feel that the fact that he's on the downside, it's just I like it, but I still at the same time I feel like Canelo's a duck though. Because if he's signing with let's just be 100, right? If he's signing with PBC to go out the door, this bitch ass nigga he's not gonna fight Benavidez, and Benavidez lost his belt on the scale, and that's where you undisputed, and now you want a guy from 54 to come up and meet you at I don't know what they're fighting at. Is a catch weight or six? I don't know where they're fighting at, but I feel like on that note for Canelo, he's a hoe and he's a bitch. That's just my opinion. He a hoe and he's a bitch for that. And we can never compare him to Floyd Mayweather because when Floyd Mayweather was in close fights that people like Maidana won or Castillo, he rematched motherfuckers. He ran that shit right back. This nigga do a lot of whole bitch ass shit, and it's cool because he Mexican. So I mean, that's my take on it.
Yeah,
All right, we're going to pass
Hey,
it up.
I just want to say this, man. Like the shit is cool as far as the fight because it's two well-known fighters. But the only thing that confuses me is like, god damn, I thought that Canelo was gonna fight Jamal, and I thought that Jamel was gonna fight Tim Tszyu. You feel me?
Right.
And it's like, damn, they both got out of
but look,
these fights that we really want to see. Like even if it wasn't Jamal, then like Kwame said, then shit, we want to see Benavidez, Morale, Andrade, somebody, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? But to go down and fight a 54-pounder, 154, it's like, man, what's up with that?
That's some whole shit.
I can understand about the Jamel Charlo and Tim Tszyu. Like kind of like I ain't saying that because I think Blue Blood said it. He was like Johnny come lately. So it's like really even if Jamel go in there and wash him, how much credit he really gonna get?
Yeah, but
what you mean?
If Jamel go in there and beat, I'm talking Jamel go in there and beat Tim Tszyu, I just think that if Jamel go in there and beat him up and knock him out, or even win a whole unanimous decision, how much credit is Jamel going to really get off of beating Tim Tszyu? Brother, already. That's why he's trying to
don't matter. That don't matter. That man earned his shot. And what you saying right there, that don't even matter, bro. That don't matter. That's like Crawford fought his mandatory. It didn't matter. People didn't like, it didn't matter. Them dudes earned their spot. He gave them their shot.
Wait, I mean,
hey, man, if you get that Canelo call, bro, I don't care who you are, bro. If you get that opportunity to fight for undisputed again in another weight class, I take it. Fuck what you talking about.
Yeah, the only thing I'm scared about Jamel in that fight, I ain't gonna front, and I think both Charlo brothers do that. When they land a good shot, boy, they go crazy.
Yeah,
like
they
don't keep their composure. They just jump in there, and I'm like, Canelo probably be too smart. Even to hurt Canelo would be too smart and probably land something over the top. I don't want him to win. I'm just saying.
Billy,
they do go crazy.
Billy, how heavy do Mel walk around?
About 185, 190. He a big boy.
Yeah, that's a big dude. And
how's the 185, 190? How does it look?
He bigger than. I mean, he's not out of shape when I seen him at 180.
Yeah, he always in shape.
I never seen him out of shape.
Mel always in shape.
Mel bigger than Boots, and Mel bigger than Boots when Boots is like, at his not out of shape phase, but out of the Boots is a big boy. So Mel carry his weight well though. Mel and Maul carry their weight well.
There's not a belly or nothing like that.
Nah, Mel don't ever have a belly. Mel
always,
don't have a belly.
He's always
no. I'm about to call this.
Mel got big ass legs and shit. He's solid. He a solid dude, man. Them ain't no skinny dudes.
Yeah.
He's always when you see Mel in person, multiple times, he's I'm telling you, like he's always in shape, and he's at least 80. He's at least 80 when he's not fighting.
Hey, hold on. Salute to City Live co-keeper and the sponsor of the stream. He says, "Hey, Bushido, I'm back in the sponsor today. Who would win if Tyson Fury fought today? Fought Big Baby. Oh yeah, YSM, stop the cap, please. Hashtag
keep it coming, baby. Keep it coming, man. What else you want to argue with me about?
He said Tyson Fury, Big Baby. I think Fury will beat him right now, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed by that.
In a real fight,
yeah.
We heard rumors of Fury getting whooped by him in sparring, but in the real fight, I think Fury get him. Y'all know I don't like Fury at all.
Yeah.
But I think Fury
he got knocked out. He got knocked out in sparring, but sparring is sparring.
Yeah. But real quick. What are y'all thoughts on Big Baby? Verdict on Big Baby?
He just need experience, man. He just need experience.
I don't think he's gonna be that great. And the only reason I say that is because when I hear a fighter say that, that they don't really need boxing like that, and tell me something about their passion. So to see that, like subconsciously, that's his passion, and then to see the type of performance he put out, I mean, it's the heavyweight division. And then we see Charles Martin, who, I mean, respectfully, Charles Martin is an experienced fighter, but he's not like a top tier welterweight. I mean, heavyweight. I'm sorry. So, I look, he got a lot. The question is, do he have the passion to want to be better? And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's
that's the boys' last. Hold on, that's the boys' first step up, late replacement, bro. I give him more. I give him a little bit more. I think go back to the drawing board. Yeah, go back to the drawing board.
You're right, Billy.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have been fighting Charles Martin at 14 fights anyway. So Billy, I agree with Billy.
Green.
Yeah, bro. Your first step up. You know what I'm saying? And you got a guy that you wasn't preparing for, and like you said, bro. Like you said, Kwame, I question that, I don't love boxing shit, but it's probably a lot of guys that don't love boxing that just ain't say it like he said it. But at the same time,
he's a lot more open about it. He's a real open.
Yeah, should have never said that. Should have never said that shit, bro. They should have never said that shit.
That was
what about when he fight somebody just as good as him who love boxing?
Me personally, I don't like hearing that because I like fighting and I like to fight and people that don't like to fight probably can't beat me. So that's not listen, guys. It's not me saying this the fighter. Like the fighter and fighters that not me. Man, I'm old. Like I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying that like if I'm a fighter, I'm saying if I fight and I love to fight, then nobody that don't love this sport should fight me. You see what I'm saying? So that's David Morrell type shit, Matisse type shit. That's the dudes that want to be the best and want this shit for real. He shouldn't fight them because it's not going to be a good look.
I see what you're saying.
You're right. He will lose those fights, but at the same time, how many dudes out there is like that though?
That's true. I just named them.
You didn't name one heavyweight though, bro.
Boxing is 90%
you name Errol, bro. He's a super middleweight. Who else you name?
If he fighted Deontay Wilder, he out of there, bro. Y'all all know that.
Wait. You think Deontay Wilder love boxing?
I think he love it enough to knock that nigga out.
If he fighted Andy Cruz,
he don't need to love boxing and knock you the fuck out. Right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to.
Deontay but he Wilder, have it in him. That's what I'm saying.
Deontay Wilder,
I love Wilder love boxing. I know Wilder needed to box. Yeah,
I said fighting. I didn't say boxing. I said fighting. I love fighting.
I don't know why they love
fighting. Getting in the trenches. I'm not afraid of doing that.
Feeding them 9 kids he got. That's what he fucking love to do. And so, shit, I don't know if he love fighting. Shit, he ain't never said he.
Wilder just stated.
Didn't back down when he got hit.
numerous
He didn't
times
quit
that he
when he
don't
got
need to
hit.
fight.
That's
He
that type of
fought.
mentality Deontay Wilder give me. That I love
No.
fighting. I love
He's a
boxing.
warrior.
Deontay Wilder don't come off like that. He's not a.
Yes, he
He's
do.
not.
nigga,
No, he
He a
don't.
knockout artist. What do
He
you
come
mean?
off like a preacher.
You
I
He's a.
love me some
you can be
Wilder.
a
Nah,
knockout artist
you
without
measuring one fight.
Yo,
you can be a
tight
Definitely
knockout
does.
artist without loving the sport, bro.
Yo,
Like
You're
without
not.
living
I
fighting.
be talking so passionate.
I think you misconstrued. Deontay
No,
Wilder is
he's
not a.
still in the sport though.
yo,
That's what you
Deontay Wilder
misconstruing.
dropped
Nah, 'cause
every
He
dude
said
that
he was
jumped in the
trying to
ring with
leave
him.
at 27. No, you misconstruing it. I got it
No, bro.
dialed in. I understand
Yo,
what I'm talking about. You telling me
Deontay Wilder
something
dropped
different.
every man that
Deontay
jumped
Wilder
in the
is
ring.
36 years old though, and this
Deontay
young
Wilder dropped
man,
every man.
excuse
Every man that
me,
stepped in the ring with him.
exactly. But this young man is, and he did too so far, other than this fight. But this young man is
He
telling me
dropped.
that he want
Hold
to.
on. He
Let me
dropped.
finish,
He
man. I
dropped
can't
Charles.
even
Let him
say
finish.
anything, guys. I can't finish.
He
This
dropped
But he
young
Charles
dropped
man
Martin.
is
No, you were
telling.
wrong.
He
God,
dropped
man.
Charles Martin.
YSM, why you don't want to let me talk?
But he did
Bro,
drop
you were wrong.
Charles
You just
Martin,
told.
though.
You just told
You
the
say
untruth.
that a lot of times. I done heard you already. Let me say my
Are you
piece,
going to
though.
acknowledge it or you going to brush past
Damn it. God damn. YSM, I got you, though. I'm going to get on your channel and do this with you. But at the end
Y'all
of the
niggas
day,
crazy,
no,
yo.
because I'm going to give you what you're looking for. It's all good. I love him. But at the end of the day, bro, he established himself at that position. We talking about a guy that is trying to establish himself in the category of a Deontay Wilder. He is not nowhere near that. So if we get into that point, then wait. But if we get into that point, then learning how to still get him out of there, and you dropped him in the third round, by the way. Learning how to do that is not Deontay Wilder's style. He gonna get your ass up out of there. Can we say that though? Yeah, he been doing that for 40 fights. So we can't even knock that. With
Jared
one
Anderson
guy,
get you out.
dropped his
Jared
ass.
Anderson get you out of there though.
Okay, Gerald Washington could get you out of there. It's heavyweights, right? But
Yeah,
we looking
bro,
at the
talking
sport.
all over the place.
Hey, yo, didn't Jared Anderson look real small to Charles Martin, though?
Yeah. I mean,
he looked real small. He looked skillful.
He like 6'3".
He like 6'4", bro. 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he ain't that big.
How tall is Deontay Wilder?
6'7".
6'7".
Bro,
6'7". Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing that Wilder will hurt Big Baby right now. Wilder will stop him. But
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to overcome.
I mean, Wilder just way more experienced, bro. I mean, to me, this is his first step up. Like let's see what he do against another opponent on August 26th. He coming back on the 26th. Let's see what he look like then. Big Baby.
Y'all he quit when he got hit.
He fighting on August 26th in Tulsa. So let's see how he look.
Yo, Big Baby could have made that fight a lot easier though. If he had in certain West Coast, if he'd have kept his foot on the gas, he should have got that fight over with.
Hey,
About the fifth round, right? About the fifth round, right?
Who's stopping
his problem is he want to fight like a goddamn lightweight. That's his fucking problem.
Yeah.
He be around smaller fighters. That's his fucking problem.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. He don't know how to
That's how I got caught with the 1-2. That's how I got caught with the 1-2.
And I'm gonna be honest, bro. His main sparring partner for this fight was F.A. Ajagba, who a right-hander. His main sparring partner wasn't even a southpaw, bro. Just to let y'all know, like I was at the gym in his last sparring session. He wasn't even with a sparring a southpaw, and he knew he was fighting a southpaw. So I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like that's why I'm gonna be honest. This dude just learning on the job. Big Baby is very talented, like Mills said, bro. If he get, like I said, I hope this shit woke him up, and I hope he get the right sparring in for his next camp and move around wherever he got to go. And like y'all said, bro, but I didn't see no quit in him when he got hurt. I didn't see no quit. That's what I like to see in young fighters. I seen him take adversity and keep coming.
And that's what the key is. The key is he got to work on defending against that left hand, straight up.
And that lean back.
And going straight back.
That right there. Big Baby froze. It's like he paused and looked at him. Like he because he didn't believe that he was going. He said, he watched his work. He said it from the beginning. He said he's gonna come in there swinging, trying to. And I think Big Baby really went in there with that mindset. He didn't think that Charles Martin had a straight punch like that.
But like YB said though,
that he on the 2-week late. He was on the 2-week notice to adjust to this guy. So, and he did come in at the top. I mean, Charles Martin looked great in that fucking fight.
Yeah, he looked better than he
gonna be.
in
He still got some. Yeah, he still got something in him.
He's not
but
supposed to be fighting that level of guy right now. It's
the
too
thing is,
early to get y'all money.
YB said, if he didn't train against any southpaws, then goddamn it, he's gonna get hit with that left hand straight up.
Because he used Shakur Stevenson. He used Shakur Stevenson. That's how you know he went up there on skill. Like you said, I think YSM said it. Like he went in trying to fight like a middleweight. He wanted to show too much skill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still did his thing and got the job done.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
But,
that looked good on it. That make his record look better.
Yeah.
I needed him to get those rounds in though.
I think
but let's look at it like this.
Because he got hurt. He got hurt getting all the rounds.
It helps his experience. But it don't make him look better.
I bet
mean, it don't make him look better, but
it helps his experience.
It's good for a boxer.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what.
I bet you all don't see him pounds like that again.
Y'all. But he got to go 12 rounds eventually.
Oh,
so
yeah. Because he got caught in that team fight at the end.
Here. Right.
Yeah,
so
he
he got to go through these rounds in order to have a championship fight. So, shit, this is good. It's not like, I mean, even with Boots.
If it was one more minute. Go ahead, my bad.
But even with Boots having his fight with Karen, it lasted 12 rounds. We ain't never seen Boots in 12 rounds. We seen
Karen didn't want to fight.
Exactly, but what how to last the fight. So shit, last that fight with him. But
yeah, because Karen did make Boots fall asleep a couple of times. He made him he like ran so much that Boots like and that's how because he did land like some corny, but he didn't. But that was somebody else. You know what I mean? But Boots would have been on high alert. But
Anui did the same type. Anui had the same type of fight. But he knew how to get Paul Butler out of there in the 11th round. He chased his ass down until he found him. Boots needs to learn how to do that in order to finish a fight out.
Anybody think they seen something out of Boots?
Finishers.
If anybody think they seen something out of Boots, watch what Boots do to. I really believe it. I really believe Boots. And I ain't talking about no just coming out there wilding, going. I guarantee you, watch what Boots do to this dude right here. Because this dude really believe his power is real. I think Boots this is gonna be a knockout of the year type. I think Boots got something for this dude.
But Boots, the difference is Boots actually loves boxing. He loves the sport. We talking about Big Baby, and he's already said that I don't really love boxing right there. So I think this fight is gonna be a turning point, either a wake up call or a turning point. He has to decide after this tough match because he been getting praised the whole time. This is the first one where he gets some criticism.
But let me cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you can go back in.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to shut it down, you guys. I gotta get ready to shut it down. We gonna do this next weekend. Fans Perspective, episode 5 next weekend. Stop in. Salute to everybody on the panel, man. Respect all you guys' opinions and your perspectives.
Yo, thanks for having me on. This is my first time being on your
Thank you.
And salute to everybody, man. Salute to my boy YSM Sports Media. And you guys go subscribe to YSM Sports Media. Much love.
I appreciate all y'all, bro. It was great to be.
You all ready?
YSM, I'm gonna talk to you on your channel.
OG Shaw too.
My man, nephew.
Yo,
YSM, you got a lot of dudes that look up to you, I'm saying that respectfully, not no.
Look up to me?
Yeah, man, for real talk, man. Like, I found your channel by somebody out here, like, and I'm like, who? They're like, yo, go look at YSM. I'm from North New Jersey, but I live out in Scranton, PA now.
Oh, shit, okay.
But yeah, I mean, they put me up on it because I know I was following like Blue Blood and them. I didn't even know like you had channels like. And my bad for taking up the time, y'all. But when I first started following you, because I'm on his what's her name? I'm on his what's her now, Manager Marty. I used to always like the way he was talking about boxing. And then I started looking at all because I ain't subscribed to you right away. I ain't gonna front. I didn't subscribe right away. I had to look at some footage first. Then I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, dang, yo, this dude. And then everybody was telling me like, yo, yeah, you gotta follow him. So I started just following. Man, I ain't gonna front, man. You got a lot of dudes that they respect your content, bro.
Yeah, I love that. I really appreciate that. And y'all ain't see, like this boot y'all about to see.
Yeah, I believe it.
I pray for Villa, bro.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think this gonna be nasty.
I really do.
It's probably gonna be really
because Villa believe in the hype. Villa believe in the hype.
Yo, this is the best work I ever seen Boots get. Like he sparred Troy, he sparred Jalil, he sparred Paul. Like, bro, this is the best work.
Good work. That's some good work.
But yeah, you guys, salute to everybody in the building, man. Once again, go scratch my boy YSM Sports Media. Salute to the OG Sean T, CB. I see you in the building. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. It was good chatting with y'all, yo.
One love, one love.